Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Hell yeah, welcome to the Prequel. Where's Cabana Klein when you need him? People should be in a great mood. It's going to be a great day. We got Coachella tickets for you, and we are almost at the end of another week. Hell yeah.
Woo-woo! That's right, Cabana Klein.
There's Cabana Klein for you. My name is Klein. That is Allie.
Woo-woo-woo!
You got Jake the Nerd over there.
Woo!
Oh, boy. DJ Omar Khan.
Woo-woo-woo!
Yeah, that's a good one right there. Love that. Everyone's getting in the mood now. Postmaster Johnny is in the back taking the calls at 800-520-1067.
And Vanessa, go ahead. Yeah! Woo-woo-woo!
Oh, boy.
Wow, what the hell?
Sounds like that impression of
Allie
when Allie was putting her cat down. It was like the same impression.
Like a drunk coyote.
That's when Cabana
Vuvuzela.
Klein starts getting hooked on hallucinogens.
Well, anyway, we got a decent show for you today, minus all that stuff you just heard a moment ago. Coachella tickets in your future. We'll do an AMA with a Hooters waitress because apparently all the world is obsessed now. They didn't want to go to Hooters. That's why they're all shutting down. But now
I don't think the world is obsessed. I think you are obsessed.
Well, I haven't been to a Hooters in probably...
That was one of your favorite restaurants. Didn't you have a gold card? Or an orange card, whatever they call it over there?
VIP for life card I did have.
Oh,
but it was
wow.
given to me because they asked me to one time host their bikini
Hot girls
contest.
in oil.
That's right. Wing oil. But I haven't been in... I never took advantage of that card. In fact, I believe the card was good for whatever I wanted, free whenever I wanted. And I don't think I even used it one time.
Seriously?
It's not great.
Yeah, that's how not great it is.
That's when you know a place should go out of business. When people have free for life and they're like,
Yeah.
But, the world
But
is...
where is it? I
The
don't wanna
world
go
is
all the way
still
over there.
obsessed now because we don't like when things shut down. I mean, it was no different than when, like, Soup Plantation was shutting down. Everyone was going like, oh, my God, I love that place. And then everyone's like, when's the last time you were there? They're like, well, 20 years, but still.
when I was desperate and needed chowder.
Right.
They opened up one in my city, Rancho Cucamonga, as Soup and Fresh, and I was there last week, and it's still pretty good.
Soup Plantation?
No,
the Soup and Fresh. Oh,
Soup
I
and Fresh,
see.
yeah. They reopened, they kind of like rebranded a couple of things, but it's still the same.
Well,
same old.
there's a human psychology here, which is you can give people something, and if they don't want it or don't use it, and then you take it away, they demand it back. And then when you give it back to them,
They like it again for a little.
it again. And I don't know how that applies to our situation, but here's a message.
Hey guys, I just left a message earlier for you guys regarding the return of Kevin Ryder. And I just want to say, look, it's great that he's back. I'm honestly really excited, but don't forget your guys' worth.
Oh, no, we already know our worth, and it is far less than the worth of Kevin Ryder. And
Yeah, and I
get
think it always
You
has
guys
been.
have built a community. Everyone is excited for Kevin because he's been around for 20, 30 years. Of course people are excited. You guys just started, 4, 5 years ago? So don't feel like you guys are not worth anything. You guys are great. You guys are funny. You guys have original bits. Klein, you say the most randomest nonsense. I love it. Allie, you make the stupidest sounds.
You got that going for you, Allie. You make the stupidest sounds.
That's your thing on the show.
That's your thing, Allie. You make
That's what I'm known
sounds.
for. That's my legacy.
Yep.
Here's the thing. It's easy to build a community.
Let's talk you more soundy,
I mean,
okay? Make some
incels
sound.
built a
Come on,
community.
sound,
Come on,
lady.
make a sound, lady. There we go.
Omar, plays his part, dropping off those little hits. Vanessa's cute. You gotta have a cute coworker. And John is just a dumbass, honestly. But whatever, he's there.
Yeah, he is here.
He's like a cute, stupid dog that you have around. And Jake, I don't know what you do, but you're funny here and there. So we love you guys.
I'll take it.
From all of us, we love you guys. All right? Sweet David.
Thank you. All right, now he's making... That's Allie's category now. All right, so there you go. Now, if you're new to the show today, you understand what we all do around here. Let's hype you up with some Eminem, get you in the mood for today, and then we got a big show planned. We'll tell you all about it next. And last night, Shohei has done what Shohei does, and it was bobblehead night, which is exciting enough. That's why people were at the game early. And when they make comments like this,
they do something that makes you say, wow, how much fun is this?
I go, wow, I wish that's what someone would say about this fine radio program, but it's not. It's about the Los Angeles Dodgers of the 2025 season, and this was the moment that perhaps you've missed, but by now I'm sure you've watched over and over again.
High fly ball to center field. Harris is back. Oh, Tony! Inevitable!
Unbelievable. Walk-off, home run. And then, of course, you get the I Love L.A.
Ladies and gentlemen, embrace this. Embrace this man. Embrace this team this season. An 8-0 start for the defending champs. Unprecedented. Every single night, they do something that makes you say,
so boring.
That's so boring.
That makes you say it's so boring.
I don't think that's what you're saying. You're saying, I love L.A.
I did not see 1 minute of the game, but I did hear they were down 5 and then made a huge comeback.
That's because, as Omar says, it's so boring they have to do things like that to keep you interested.
Well, the line of people that were outside waiting to get those bobbleheads, this guy they interviewed was like, I've been waiting for 5 hours and I would wait for 10 if I could get a bobblehead.
Yeah, we feel bad for everyone who did not get a bobblehead and you're having some bobblehead FOMO. So all show long today, we will be giving you head. And we do not have the Shohei bobbleheads, but we do have a random collection of bobbleheads from my own personal collection. These are bobbleheads that are so random from a variety of different things that I've collected over the course of my entire life. And at times during the show, when you least expect it, you'll be getting some head. You'll be getting some head. You'll be getting some head. Bobbleheads for all morning long.
So Klein is giving everyone head.
That's right.
You get to pick which kind.
Well, no, you don't get to pick which kind. It's going to be completely random, but I'm looking right there. Johnny's got the whole box
Deep
of them.
throat all day, right?
No. Wrong. These are all...
What do you mean wrong?
Some of these are
That's
from...
the one I want.
Some of these are from the cast of The Office. Some of them are random
Office head.
sports
Nobody
players.
wants that.
Sure, they'll take it. Johnny, what do you got in that box? I saw you was just collecting all the bobbleheads. I've had so many bobbleheads here that I've been keeping
I
at
want
the
to see tears in your eyes.
station. Those are there every morning.
We used to have like cool sports ones, but it's just Kevin Malone and Daryl from The Office.
Yeah, there's more than that, though. You got to go through some of those drawers. I got probably 50, 60 bobbleheads here at the building. We'll just start giving them away. All show long, everyone will get some head. You want some head? You're getting some head.
Man, they've been just collecting dust in the studio for that long.
Yeah,
that many?
To be honest, I forgot I had them here. And then the other day, someone said, you got to clean out the rest of your stuff. I think they were preparing for the return of Kevin Ryder. So I think they wanted me to get all my stuff out of one of the other rooms it was in. And it was a bunch of my bobbleheads. So I feel like all these people are feeling left out. They didn't get a Shohei Ohtani bobblehead. I'll give you a bobblehead. You can just get a marker and some paint and turn it into a Shohei Ohtani bobblehead.
Aren't a lot of them broken?
Some of them, the head does not bobble anymore, and some of them, the head is next to the actual body. But yeah, you can build that. That's not a problem. So if you like head and you're feeling left out,
no line
edging. Edging on the table?
All edging on the table all show long. We take a quick break. When we're back, $100 of Allie's money can be your money, and all you got to do is call us now. 800-520-1067. 5 questions about things going on in the news. Do better than Allie and get paid. We will pay the people next, right here on KROQ.
KROQ. Guess who's back? What? Back again. Woohoo! Kevin's back.
Find that hard to believe.
Got no friends. Kevin's back. 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 KROQ. Wow, 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 wow. KROQ. Wow, 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 wow.
She's a spaghetti girl.
We've created a monster. Nobody listens to KROQ no more. They laid off everybody that was here. But if you want KROQ, this is what we'll give you. Mediocrity and Klein Alley. When he was last here, ratings dropped fast, a lot quicker than my stocks when he got locked out of KROQ's kitchen. Guess what? Kevin's back. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Fix your bet to Tana Tuna, turn it up a little. You waited this long, never say never. Kevin's back and introducing the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We gave him a job, a new endeavor, but he ain't too smart and he ain't very clever. So the FCC just lets him be, cause they cannot understand what he's saying. They tried to shut him down, ha 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 he. We put Kevin back on the frequency. Well, we tried to reach out to Bean, but he wouldn't return our calls, you see, cause we're all bankrupt. Odyssey, and put Kevin back on the frequency. Well, we need a little controversy, so everybody just follow our lead and pretend you are kind of happy that Kevin's back on the frequency.
That ended, so now we're going to talk. That's over. That is over, you dumbass.
Kevin Ryder's back. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on
KROQ. Need inspiration.
Kevin's back. Kevin's back. Kevin's back. Kevin's back. Kevin's back. KROQ.
She's a spaghetti girl.
We've created a monster. Nobody listens to KROQ no more. They laid off everybody that was here. But if you want KROQ, this is what we'll give you. Mediocrity and Klein. When he was last here, ratings dropped fast, a lot quicker than my stocks when he got locked out of KROQ's kitchen. Guess what? Kevin's back. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Fix your bet to Tana Tuna, turn it up a little. You waited this long, never say never. Kevin's back and introducing the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We gave him a job, a new endeavor, but he ain't too smart and he ain't very clever. So the FCC just lets him follow our lead and pretend you woo. What did we do? KROQ.
That song ended. That ended, so now we're going to talk. That's over. That is over, you dumbass.
A pleasure and an honor to welcome back to the home that he built, lived in for 30 years. The great Kevin Ryder is back on KROQ.
I got to tell you, it's weird to be introduced as a huge guest.
Well,
and
we
to be teased all morning as a mystery huge guest.
Yeah, because I did that for so many years where I would hype up guests and go, they're great. This is going to be great.
Meanwhile, you're thinking to yourself, God, I hope this tracks with the listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in this,
clue.
In this particular case, we knew that everyone would be equally excited, and phones are already lit up, as I knew they would be. Text line is on fire. People still think this is part of a cruel April Fool's joke. So would you like to clear up the air on that, at least right away?
Yes, I am not working here.
Okay. There we go. There we go.
So this was all just a bit.
Yes.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
the great Kevin Ryder. What a treat.
No, they asked me when I wanted to come back. Well, we were talking about it, and I said, April Fool's. You got to do it on April Fool's so people don't know.
So how did it feel yesterday walking through these doors?
It was really odd because everything is the same except for it's a little off. It's just like the world is exactly the same as it was, and yet every little thing is different. Running the controls was different.
It's crazy when you see like stains that were on the carpet when you left that are still right there.
That I made.
Yeah, stains that you made.
Right.
Yeah, you are a legend, like we've said. Those are Hall of Fame stains right there.
I know exactly what they are, and I do not want to get near them.
It's hard because in the time since you left KROQ, you did pop up on other podcasts, other radio stations, and it always sounded off to me because your voice is so synonymous with KROQ. And I always, just like Kevin Weatherly coming back after leaving, this place has a weird way of sucking you back in, and it seemed like almost poetic that it would be. I knew it happened. I was hoping I would still be here to witness it happen, and I was hoping you wouldn't take our job, but still, here you are.
I didn't know that it would happen. I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
Not even a piece of you thought?
Did I want to? Yeah, but I didn't think it would, no. I just didn't think they would make the moves until, am I allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, I think that it's time to just clear the air and be.
Yeah,
yes.
New management, terrible.
New company.
Yeah, terrible.
No, I'm saying now as of the last
Oh, you didn't think it would happen now, right?
Right. There's new management now, and the people that were at the top are not at the top anymore, and it makes a big difference. And then Kevin Weatherly came back, and he was my program director for 27, 28 years.
Yeah.
Something like that. And he's the person that I trust most in the world.
Well, you obviously have been on the airwaves of KROQ for many, many years, and it was really devastating to see you go, and I think a lot of people are really happy right now. And one question I've always wanted to ask you, as somebody who is a Hall of Famer, as someone who's been doing this successfully for many, many years, did you ever feel like you were truly good at your job?
No, God, have you heard me?
Yeah.
We've got to get to the bottom of what in the hell is going on with this Blue Man group. These guys, they paint their faces red.
Paint their faces red.
Hey, Kevin.
The amount of time between blue and red was about 1.5 seconds. Hey, Omar.
What's happening,
Your
man? How
brain
are
is
you?
broken, man. It really is.
Man, it's been broken the whole time. That's why it's weird to me. People say Hall of Fame, okay, but have they heard me talk?
Right.
There's also this.
Is that so? He doesn't.
It's
Are
not
you
common.
a regular Duck fan? You watch all the time, him?
Beautifully said.
That is not edited.
Should be.
I think that might be my favorite one because I just kept adding nonsensical words one at a time onto. And something in my brain said, yeah, if I just say this, it'll all
make sense eventually. And how did you know? That's why you are Hall of Fame, because you can take a sentence, it's not even a sentence, just a word jumble, and make it such an amazing moment that brought so much joy to so many people. Stanley, you're on KROQ. I knew this would happen, but you are listening to the actual real Kevin Ryder back in the KROQ studios. An article that I think just dropped this morning from Variety explains that you will be back on KROQ. Go ahead, Stanley.
Heck yeah. I just want to start off by saying it is so great to hear the legendary Kevin Ryder.
Thank you, Stanley.
KROQ, dude. I have to admit, dude, I was one of the KROQ listeners that kind of, man, where's my dudes, Kevin and Bean at? I'm not going to listen to the radio station because of what they did to them. And I felt so bad because, I supported the radio station for many years. But as soon as I heard that, I was like, I don't know. So, I'm one of the returning listeners, and I am so glad that Kevin Ryder is back. It's actually my birthday today.
No, this was planned for you.
Yeah,
way to make this all about you.
It's all about you.
Yeah, man, but it's an honor to, to hear you guys, talk to you guys, especially Kevin Ryder. I've been listening to you guys now. It's like the best. It's great news. Let me tell you, I'm pretty sure I speak for a lot of KROQ listeners that it is so awesome to hear that voice back on the radio.
I got to tell you, it is a weird thing to have lived my life where I thought maybe someday I could work in a market like Los Angeles. It wouldn't be at a cool station. It would be a lame station.
Yeah.
But I'd be in the market, and then to work at KROQ, this legendary station that so many people in the mid-'70s and all through the '80s built. And then to stay here for that, none of it makes sense to me.
Well, the good news is you missed this period where we went through a weird, Post Malone hip hop phase, but now it's all back to the
we
bands
played a lot of Kid Cudi while you were gone.
Yeah. But don't worry, it's back now.
We're playing a lot of corn now.
So you're going to hear a lot of that. That's back.
Omar has probably 15 hours of me messing up.
I
can whip that out.
What's funny, too, is that, as we are constantly running out of storage and the computers are crashing here, they always tell us delete old files. And there's twice a week I come across Kevin Ryder files. And for 5 years now, I have that. I have the right click. All I got to do is click delete. I'm not doing it. I refuse to delete these files because not only they bring us all such joy, but I had a feeling, a hope in my heart that eventually this moment that's happening right now would happen. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. Go ahead.
Hey, KevDog, it's me, your former sports guy and current superstar, Jimmy Kimmel. Just wanted to welcome you back to KROQ. It's crazy that after all of these years, you are still unemployable anywhere else. Too bad Hooters is closing. Good luck back on KROQ. Seacrest out.
What a nice message.
That was really Jimmy Kimmel.
That's really great.
Really
that guy
Kimmel.
loves you, huh?
He does. Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, he's the best.
It's nice that you're here because now we can ask you for advice on things that we should do on the air. For example, on Friday, we're supposed to pierce Klein's nipple, and management has told us, please do not do this. Now,
No, it's not please do not do this. We got an email from the head lawyer, Mike Dash, who I think said he was busy working on the Kevin Ryder deal.
He sent us legal copy paste.
How did you let it get out to them that you were going to do it?
Well, thank you. We did something else on the air a couple of weeks ago that we did not tell anybody about, and because this show is now being live streamed, the bosses saw it and got pissed that we never ran it up the flagpole. So now for this, our producer's telling us we got to try and run it up the flagpole because we can't get in trouble again.
Now.
It's just all flagpoles. But now, you guys did tons of stuff that you didn't ask permission to do, and you probably thought you were going to get fired over all kinds of stuff.
You asked for forgiveness, not permission. That's the rule. You know that.
Yeah, Vanessa, I know, and I don't know what happened is that Vanessa has recently gotten very scared of the lawyers because they sent her a threatening letter, and so as a result now, everything is getting, we talk about it on the problem.
Once they start citing they're like, according to document 1C 5.2, and you're like, oh God, I can't win this battle.
Dave, you're on KROQ. Go ahead. A lot of people just want to say hello to Kevin Ryder for the first time in a long time, and he is back now on KROQ. Don't believe us? We're on YouTube streaming right now. You can see what he looks like. The guy is the ageless wonder. What's up, Dave?
Hey, guys. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Thank you so much, and welcome back, Kevin. This is Dave from Long Beach. I'm 42. I've been listening to you to KROQ for, I don't know, since I was, 7, 8 years old, and I used to listen to Kevin and Bean on my ride to high school.
You don't know who the hell we are. I'm Klein. That's Allie.
Hi.
Every morning right around this time, you have the opportunity to win $100 of her money because she will be delivering the actual news later on this hour and every hour on the show. But it's early. Maybe she hasn't been paying attention, and we do like to gamble. So $100 up for grabs every morning right around this time.
I am groggy.
5 questions about stuff actually happening in the world. The answers are out there. And to date, she's paid thousands of dollars to people just like you who are up early and able to answer some questions. And as a bonus, people leave theme songs on the GOAT line to really encourage Allie or really mess with her self-esteem.
She's good from far, but far from good. Let's find out if Allie knows the news.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful song.
It's weird. I think that my self-esteem was broken down so much that it's somehow rebuilding itself in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah, when you have nothing left to lose, all of a sudden you get some sort of a weird bottom-of-the-barrel confidence.
Yes.
Go figure.
You're like, well, I am an atrocity, a troll living under a bridge.
I'm going to own that, though.
I'm going to own
be the best
my
troll.
disgustingness.
I'm going to be the hottest atrocity there's ever been.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Jim in Anaheim that would like your money this morning. Good morning, Jim.
Sweet dibs. What's up, you guys?
Sweet dibs. Sorry you didn't win that $515 million lottery that someone just won in Anaheim. So here's the next best thing, $100 of Allie's money.
Woo-hoo!
Almost life-changing, and let's get into it. Allie will leave the KROQ studios as she is sequestering herself in the hallway. She will not hear the show. You get to answer first. We'll score them together at the end, and let's see how you do if you're playing along with Allie Knows the News.
Allie knows the news.
All right, this Trader Joe's item has been recalled in 17 states for being mislabeled and having some undetected allergens in the product. What is it?
It is
The answer
pot stickers.
Pot stickers. Go to question number 2. The cost of a can of beer could soon go up. Why?
Cost of aluminum's gone up.
Question number 3. TMZ is reporting that action star Jean-Claude Van Damme is facing charges for what while he was in Romania? What is he facing charges for?
Probably cocaine possession.
Cocaine possession. We go to question number 4. Shohei Ohtani hit a walk-off home run last night to give the Dodgers this many wins in a row to start the season.
6.
And finally, 2 men have been arrested because of a drunken assault on this statue in Newbury, England. What statue are they assaulting?
Sir Francis Drake. I have no idea.
Sir Francis Drake. Great guess. Let's bring Allie in. We'll score it together. Goes to show you, you may think you know what's going on in the world, and then you're on the hot seat here on KROQ early in the morning for $100, and sometimes you just can't come up with the right answers. Let's see how Allie does. Question 1, Allie.
Yes.
Back in the studio. If you don't believe us, you can always check out the show. It's happening live before your very eyes as well. Streaming on YouTube, on KROQ's YouTube right now. Question number 1, Allie. This Trader Joe's item has been recalled in 17 states for being mislabeled and having undetected allergens. What is the product?
Salad dressing?
Okay, Allie, on the board. It is salad dressing, more specifically the hot honey mustard dressing.
Oh,
apparently it's another one of
I
those
heard
ones
that's good.
that they don't mention. It's got the soy and the peanuts, and people are drinking it and getting all messed up. We got a question number 2. Allie's up 1-0. The cost of a can of beer could soon go up, but why?
Tariffs.
More specifically?
10% tariffs.
More specifically?
Tariffs on imported products.
Cannot accept that answer. You know who got that answer right is Jim, because aluminum specifically. Tariffs on aluminum and steel are going
I had
up.
to be that specific?
Yeah, according to Jim.
You
yes,
shut
you
up,
did.
Jim.
Jim's right. Allie does not get the point, and Jim does. So now, because some of the beer prices, Allie, are going up here in America, nothing to do with the importing from other countries. Just has to do with the cost of the aluminum going up. So we go to question number 3. It's tied up 1-1. TMZ is reporting that action star Jean-Claude Van Damme is facing charges in Romania for what?
Oh, I believe he was making love to sex-trafficked women.
That is the correct
answer. Is that specific
answer.
enough
That's
for you?
very specific, and that is absolutely true.
That's ridiculous.
He
Allie.
received 5 women as gifts for
I
sex.
didn't do it.
And he said, unfortunately, Jean-Claude Van Damme was doing the cocaine. That is not right. It is sex trafficking. Allie is back in the lead with 2 questions left.
He
Here we go.
received them as a gift?
That's what he's claiming.
Like a nice bottle of wine?
Right. Welcome to Romania.
Here's 5 trafficked
5
Romanian women.
Go to question number 4. Number 4, and Allie is up 1. Shohei Ohtani hit a walk-off home run last night to give the Dodgers this many wins in a row to start the new season.
Oh, I heard this on the way, and I think they're 8-0.
He said 6. The correct answer is 8. So Allie goes up another point. And Jim, it's all falling apart for you in Anaheim. First you lose the $515 million. Now you lose another $100. Terrible. We go to question number 5. 2 men have been arrested of a drunken assault of this statue in Newbury, England.
Oh, that would be Paddington Bear eating a marmalade sandwich.
That is absolutely correct. Jim, Allie ended up smoking your ass, and you started strong, but you ended weak. And what must you shamefully admit over the airways of KROQ, Jim from Anaheim?
All right, I'll concede Allie knows the news and I don't.
Thank you. It's the most depressed
You were going to
one.
fight it?
I think he should concede. Tomorrow morning around this time, you'll have another shot at it. And some people on the text line saying they got a perfect score. Perfect score would have won today. So next time, don't be a stranger. Give us a call. We got working phones here, believe it or not. We got working text line. The number's 800-520-1067.
Still very beatable.
Coachella tickets coming up later this morning. We'll get you some Fan Fest tickets at Universal Studios. And we'll be giving you a head all morning long. Random bobbleheads if you're feeling left out on not getting the Shohei one yesterday. That will be happening all morning here on KROQ. KROQ is a station that has brought you some of the finest music in the history of music. Today that will change.
I'm that bitch. Yeah, been that bitch. Still that bitch.
The return of Tone Deaf, this time for Coachella, will be happening a little bit later this morning as Vanessa and I, the two most tone-deaf people on the show, will be battling it out with actual artists. It will be at Coachella. You figure out what it is we're trying to sing, and you could score yourself 2 tickets to 3 days of Coachella.
Yeah, and these are all songs that are, I believe, top 20 on the Billboard still.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
like
that
this.
bitch. Yeah, been that bitch.
Yeah.
Still that bitch.
Very great.
She sounds exhausted.
She does sound
I'm
tired.
still the bitch.
Tired of
Here's
being the
her
bitch.
with some energy.
If you're listening, whoa.
Whoa. She's all chalked up. Anyway, later this morning.
That's when the coke kicked in.
I don't understand. Don't understand why we're still doing this. It made sense when we were doing Tone Deaf for Deftones.
Great.
Now we're just continuing on with the Tone Deaf theme, and you'll get some music as you've never heard it before later this morning on KROQ. Allie is off on a spring break adventure next week at some point, and I'm curious, Allie, because every time you talk about this trip that you're planning, it sounds to you like you're convincing yourself that you should be excited to go on it.
I am excited to go on it.
But everything
It sounds amazing to me.
Yeah.
Everything she says sounds like it is such a disaster waiting to happen, including, correct me if I'm wrong, you do have to pack your own poop can to bring with you.
I actually have some clarity on the poop can.
Anytime a trip is being planned that involves a, quote, poop can, already I think
Or
this...
clarity around it.
Yeah, or clarity. I feel like
I
already...
watched the video. Do you want me to play you the video?
No!
I would rather you don't play me the video. Is it you practicing? What is the video?
No. It's like a video on what I have to, about going to the bathroom in the Grand Canyon.
Oh, they have a whole rule about how you do it?
You just take a shovel with you, right?
No, because if everybody did that, the whole Grand Canyon would just be a giant S-can.
It'd be a second Grand Canyon.
No. It's like, hold on.
They'd have to change the name of it to the S Canyon, which is a much more classy name
But
for travel.
Klein, you're not a roughing it guy.
No.
You're a fancy boy.
No.
You never do this in a billion years.
When was the last time you even went camping?
I mean, I've occasionally put the tent up in my kitchen.
Right.
I think you put it in your backyard once.
Yeah, one time I did
For
that.
a half a night.
Yeah, half the night, and then we had to go inside because the dog wouldn't settle. But the idea of, look, I'm not opposed to, once again, going with some friends, camping, cooler
But
full
you
of
go
beers.
glamping.
No, I don't go glamping. The last time I went camping, we were making our own meat over the fire. We were being real men, drinking beer.
Barbecuing? What?
Yeah,
Making your own meat over the fire.
That's
What
right.
are you talking about?
We were doing that. A borderline
Okay.
cannibalism almost. But Allie's thing is like survival camping, which
It's
is
not, though, because they're providing our meals and our tent and sleeping arrangements. So all I have to do is worry about myself and my poop.
Well, that seems
And drinks.
already like something, because every day you're getting an update as to what you have to do, and it all sounds very stressful. Like it's like the idea I would think of any sort of a vacation is you're trying to relax. Life is stressful enough.
Well, how about this? I actually called them yesterday because I was wondering this. They said there's no self-service, right? And I was like, okay, well, if there's an emergency with my wife and my child, is there some world where they can get a hold of me in a horrible emergency?
Right.
And so I called and I said, hey, I just wanted to know about this. And they said, well, the best thing that we've told people is for the person just to send you a text message or leave you a voicemail. And when you get service, you will receive that message. And I said, oh, okay. So at some point on the trip, there is cell reception. It's just spotty. She said, you will have reception before you go into the canyon and after you get out of the canyon.
So for 4 days, 5 days, you'll have no service.
I was like, so I won't have any service the entire time.
That's what it sounds like.
And she said, yes, that's correct. And I was like, well, what if there is an emergency? They said, well, the tour guide doesn't have any access to anything either. They don't have cell service. So if you break your arm or almost die, they have to get themselves to some area where there is reception or some ability to radio for help. But they're not going to be receiving any messages. It's just outgoing.
But don't you think even starting a trip with the concept of if you hurt yourself or almost die, we don't have a plan in place?
Dude, that's adventure, baby. Come
yeah,
on.
exactly.
That's awesome.
That's unpredictability.
So here's Allie is now heading into the great unknown, and she's also going without any friends. She's doing this completely.
I have a friend who's going, and she has some friends that are going.
And they're all dorks.
Well, that's for Jake to say that.
I
that
think
means
for
something.
for some people who really want to go on these trips, yes, they're adventurers. They're not afraid to wear a dorky hat or weird shoes that are for river hiking. Okay, and they're very, very prepared people.
Listen to this. You got to hear this.
This is what they sent me about bathroom protocol.
Pee into the river.
So that's what you're supposed to do is pee into the river. Number ones all go into the river.
Pee into the river. During the day, all urine must go directly into the river. Some choose to wade into the river, and others choose to squat at the river's edge.
So much information. Just all you got to say is pee in the river. People will figure out what works for them. They don't have to go into this.
Very limited privacy, however. The rafts or natural geography can provide some cover. At camp, pee buckets are provided, so you don't have to find your way to the river in the dark.
I mean, let me just tell you something right now.
So as I go to bed, I get my designated pee bucket, and that's my pee bucket for the night.
If I'm planning a trip for myself in any way, shape, or form, and I hear the sentence, "Don't worry, a pee bucket will be provided for you," I'm out on the trip. I have no interest in the trip, and it's not just because my wife wouldn't put up with it, or that would lose me right away.
Yeah, but you don't have to deal with the pee bucket; they do. That's what's nice. It's like this is glamping. I don't have to manage my own pee bucket. I just pee in it and then hand it to somebody else in the morning.
The fact that you just said the sentence for real, I don't have to deal with the pee bucket, they do, is already, once again, another red flag as to why this trip is not going to be fun.
Then our definition of fun is just different.
Walk to the toilet. While in camp, the guides will set up a camp toilet for solid waste.
So there's a big S can for everybody. Okay, and there's 2 rafts with 12 people on each raft and one S bucket.
You have a community S can?
Yes, but they explain how it works.
The toilet is often set well away from camp. The route to the toilet will likely be uneven, sandy, rocky, and brushy.
Sounds great.
Stay in an outdoor setting. This is a wilderness adventure. The weather, outdoor environment.
Oh, that's it. But what they say is...
That doesn't sound like much. They give you a lot of information about how to go, number one, on the river, easy, but they didn't really give you a lot of details about the S-can.
There was another video that I hadn't showed you yet. So they basically have the S-can there, and then there's a little cushion, an occupied cushion, and I'm supposed to hang it on a tree when the S-can is occupied. And then when I'm done, I have to spray a little something in that can just to, be courteous to the others. And then I take the occupied cushion and I bring it back to camp. And then there's another side trash can for other stuff.
Other stuff?
Lady stuff?
Yeah, lady stuff.
Oh, like crying? Jesus, Allie. Well, that sounds
like chocolate.
This is my Ben and Jerry's can. All right, KROQ. It's funny, after hearing about Allie's outdoor wilderness adventure that she's going to set out on next week, someone said, 310, rest in peace, Allie. I guess it will be the Klein and Kevin show. Thank God Kevin Ryder is back. Meanwhile, someone on the Go line has a very different opinion about the return of Kevin Ryder.
Perfect way to get rid of Klein. Now it's the Ryder Alley show.
Oh, it's got a nice ring to
All
it.
the lesbos would love it.
They would.
Make it happen. Klein was only temporary. We all knew it.
Yes.
Thanks. Play more Rage.
Okay, great.
By the way, these are all thoughts that I'm sure have gone through our boss's head.
Oh, yeah. They've got one of those.
Like, I like the sound of it.
They've got one of those charts, like when they try to figure out a murder with all the yarn that goes thing to thing. How can we how can we exploit the return of Kevin Ryder the most? Well, let's see. Everyone knows he and Omar get along. Let's put them together.
Yeah.
You bring back beer mug?
But
No,
I think
let's
for
not do
us,
that.
it would still just be a silhouette of a person.
Our yarn line goes right to the garbage can. You can find us right there. We'll take a quick break. When we get back, we'll find out what's actually going on in the news with the ADD News. Then we get into a brand new hour of the show, complete with 4 tickets for you to go to Universal Fan Fest. And we'll be giving you a head all show long, starting the second we return from this break. You didn't get a Shohei Ohtani bobblehead. You're feeling left out. Fear not. We've got a bunch of random bobbleheads, and you will get your head next.
Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 FM.
KROQ.
Bye now.
And you guys it was just such a great show. And Kevin, I'm really happy that you're back.
Thank you.
It's full circle. Allie and Klein have done a good job.
Agreed.
But Kevin and Bean, was just a special place in my life. And thanks for everything that you did. And welcome back. When I was picking up my kids yesterday from school, I heard the song at 3:00 and I couldn't believe it. So anyway, Kevin, welcome back, and really do appreciate you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's very cool.
You got people. Hold on. Another celebrity on the phone that wants to say something. Go ahead.
Hey, Kev Dog, me, Jimmy Kimmel again. Remember me? Of course you do. I'm a massive celebrity now. It's so great hearing you on KROQ again. Do you get to fire Klein Alley Show, or can I do that?
Oh.
I guess we'll just wait until Bean gets here so we can kick the lesbian and the Jew to the curb.
Wow. Jimmy Kimmel.
What's
happening?
What is
edgy.
Wow. I don't like that Jimmy Kimmel. I thought he was a nice guy. Now, are you
He's a
here?
very emotional guy. I mean, Kevin, when you left, Jimmy Kimmel cried.
Yeah, he
you
was
were not only like a million other people can do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it wasn't just me.
Right.
Right? Like, everybody was fired.
Of
That's
course.
what angered me was
Yeah.
that the people who didn't need to be fired, our support staff who worked 70 hours a day, got fired. Like, it was the beginning of the
I didn't get
pandemic. Omar didn't. No, Omar's a traitor.
Well, it's in my...
Yep, that's right.
Omar's a
Goddamn.
traitor.
you should have left.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Omar's Omar is a minority hire for the company. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's got a few different nationalities, so
Right.
you check a
That's
lot
true.
of boxes.
Checks
He
his
does.
tons of boxes.
And most of them are fake. He lies about most of them. Yeah.
Tyler, you're on KROQ now, and it is an honor to be able to say that once again, and for the first time in a long time, Kevin Ryder is on KROQ and will be on KROQ for the foreseeable future. We'll give you those details coming up because there's still a lot of confusion about that. Go ahead, Tyler.
How's it going, man? Kevin, I'm just freaking out. I heard you on the radio. I love Kevin Klein and Alley, but you're awesome. I remember listening to you almost my whole life with my pops. I remember coming home from a Kobe Bryant game right after he first got signed from high school and listening to you and Bean and talk to Kobe Bryant. I mean, so many memories as a child. That I appreciate you, Tyler Stone, Los Angeles native. You're the best.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I think what he's saying in all of that
Is that I'm old.
Is that you have been around for a long time.
A lot of people say that, and I know they mean it as a sincere compliment.
Right.
But in my head, I
hear it
hear,
as old.
wow, I'm old.
Yeah, you
Wow.
know, I'll tell you.
You're like, oh, my grandparents used to listen to you.
Right,
and you're like,
yes.
my God.
The weirdest part for us, because for me, selfishly, this is the only job I ever really wanted in the world, understandably. But it was only a job I wanted to work at KROQ because of what you had made this place, right? And whenever I tell people, oh, what do you do? I work at KROQ. They go, oh, KROQ. I used to love KROQ. Kevin and Bean, the best. And I go, well... Here's the thing.
And he was talking to me.
Yeah, I was talking to Omar. I said, God damn it, Omar, you know the situation. And I said, but we're there still. And they go, really? All right, well, I should check that out sometime. But the concept, and a lot of people were so mad about how things went that they felt like, in some ways, this place, and luckily a lot of the people that made those terrible decisions are long gone now.
Yes.
That they basically stole their best friends from them. And as a result, a lot of people really never gave us even a shot. The fact that we have anyone that listens to this show is shocking. And the fact that they felt the need to bring you back to help promote that even more gives us a sense of where we stand right now.
Here's
but
what I
regardless,
love. I love that they fired us, and then they immediately put you on.
Right.
And then you guys had to be funny during the pandemic.
Yeah. from our houses for the most part.
From your
and
houses,
amidst a total S storm,
Yes.
where we looked like the villains.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean,
I
people
was
are going to.
really angry that they treated you guys that way. I was like, put somebody else in there as a buffer. Don't just throw you guys.
Well, I think
We thought we were.
I think we're the buffer still.
You are the buffer.
Yeah, we're pretty sure.
Yeah, Kevin, if they fired us today and said, hey,
Nope.
you're not going to do it?
No. I haven't gotten up this early in about a year and a half.
Jesus
That sounds
Christ.
so
I don't
nice.
do anything before 11 a.m. I just tell people, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm busy.
I tried to text you, throughout this a little bit. You and I chatted a bit, and more often than not, it was me just making sure that Kevin wasn't planning on coming back here to take our jobs. And he pretty much every time said, "Please don't text me before noon ever."
Wow.
But specifically, but also don't text me. Is what he
You're
said.
in that luxury, man.
I know, it's a nice luxury here. Hold on, there's so many. Every line, as you can imagine, I just want you to see the effect you have on the people. Look at that. Every single line is full here, and they don't like to pay for these phone lines.
Of course.
Let me say hi to Rebecca. Go ahead. The ladies love you. Kevin Ryder back on KROQ. He'll explain exactly why he's back on KROQ. It's not just today. It's not just yesterday. He will be here for at least a week, we believe, this time. What's up, Rebecca?
Good morning. Good morning. I just want to say welcome back.
Thank you.
I have been listening to you guys since I was in third grade, which was 1986. So thank you very much. I was not allowed to listen to KROQ when I was younger.
That's the
And
proper.
it was like a
That's the
sneaky
proper
thing.
move for parents. You shouldn't have been listening.
Whenever parents do calls, you hear kids in the back seat of the car. Well, you think like that's great, they're listening, but also what the hell's wrong with all of you?
You're a parent. Do that first.
Romeo, you're on KROQ. Good morning. Hello,
Good morning,
Romeo.
good morning.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? I just want to give Kevin his love. That I've been listening to KROQ forever, and then when they were gone, I think like LA, they were kind of unhappy the way they left. And it was funny yesterday when I heard him on the radio that he was coming back. I was taking my kids to baseball practice, and they were like, "You listen to this station?" I go, "Well, it's funny." I go, "You guys got to listen to it." But
That's a
the
great
worst.
story.
Can I just say this is the worst, and I'll tell you why. Because this guy who listened and spent time with us and found us funny was trying to get somebody, and people who don't know us or listen to, they don't care at all,
No.
and they shouldn't.
No, they don't.
So you run into two people. One of them loves us, and the other one is driven crazy by the person who loves us.
The best is when, I'm sure you've experienced this before too, but someone who listens to this show, listens to our show, listens to KROQ Lifer, stuck with us through, you and then stuck with us, saw me out, asked to take a picture, and I took a picture, and then right away I walk away and someone goes up to him and goes, "Who was that guy?" And he's like, "Oh, he's on the morning show I like." And the other person goes, "I told you he was a nobody," which is like the worst feeling you can get, because the people that know, they care a lot, and that's why the fans of this radio station, not just radio, but KROQ specific, KROQ listeners, it's a totally different breed.
Agreed. KROQ listeners are the most unique people in the world, and they're the actual reason that this radio station is what it is, what it has been.
And they're so passionate. They feel, it's like SNL. You have to, there's all these different cast members, right? And you have your favorite cast. And in a way, Klein and I feel like we're new cast members, and we're never going to be as good as the OGs. But
Allie's the Pete Davidson.
I am.
She's a buffer.
I'm what?
The buffer.
I am part of the buffer.
So we
but
don't have funny people like Ralph on this show.
Yeah,
so
I know.
that's true.
But it is kind of like new cast members meeting old cast members, and that's what's beautiful about this moment.
It is.
I want to let everyone have a word. You'll have a lot of chance to talk to Kevin, because Kevin's announcement, I guess, I don't want to blow. It's your announcement, so why don't you make
Am I
it?
announcing something?
I mean, what people want to know when they'll hear you.
I am coming back in the afternoons. I will be on from 3 to 7 every weekday.
Listen to that. Every single weekday.
Yeah.
7
that
days
was
a week.
bad timing if I could just...
Terrible timing.
You want to do that
Let
again?
me do it again.
Yeah, let's do
Every weekday from 3 to 7.
Let's retake that announcement. Hold on. Let's set it up again. We'll edit this out. And now, the great Kevin Ryder with a big announcement.
Every weekday from 3 to 7.
No, that's my fault. That was on me. That one's on me.
I know.
Whenever
Every
you're
weekday from 3 to 7.
You'll get...
Me?
If you're wondering what you may hear, here's just some stuff you can get excited about.
And now, it's time for a moment with Kevin.
Because there's something about it that makes you
I'm
enjoy
going to turn it down just to make sure people can't see what I'm listening to. They can't hear it if they pull up to the stoplight or whatever.
That was a moment with Kevin.
You say so many things that make me feel like I'm the dumb one, that I can't figure it out, which is kind of genius how you do that.
I don't, not on purpose.
And now, it's time for a moment with Kevin.
It's not a hard one, but if you heard it, but it is the way you heard it.
That was A Moment with Kevin.
Shut up, Omar.
Hey, Lindsay on KROQ. Good morning, Lindsay.
Hi, long-time listener of KROQ. I've actually spoken to Kevin like 3 times, but first time talking to Klein and Allie, so thanks for talking to me.
Sure.
I just wanted to say I heard you on the radio yesterday, and I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, what is going on here? But welcome back. We're really excited to have you because you're a legend here in LA.
Thank you. That's
thank you very much.
Really kind.
The amount of love that people have, I think that we thought a lot of it could be covered by Shohei Ohtani, but it's not. It's still for you.
It's
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. If you need us, the number to call 800-520-1067 could score you things like Coachella tickets, Fan Fest at Universal, or perhaps when you hear this throughout the show today.
Ohtani! Inevitable!
You could get some head, bobblehead that is. Not a Shohei Ohtani bobblehead. We don't have them, but we have random bobbleheads. You can see some of them up on our Instagram now at Klein Alley Show. It's a collection that has all sorts of different. We got sports figures, TV stars, random actors and actresses, freebies at different sporting events. You want a bobblehead because you didn't get one last night? Fear not, we got them for you all show long. So when you hear us play the sound of Shohei going yard yesterday and the song Getting Some Head, you could get yourself some bobblehead all morning long from your friends here at KROQ. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Thought I'd start off with some good news, and it's good egg news nonetheless. Because of the new tariffs, virtually everything is getting more expensive, but egg prices are finally going down. The price of wholesale eggs has fallen to $3 per dozen, and at one point it was at, I believe, close to $5.50 a dozen. So it seems like that is a pretty good drop, even though a lot of people were worried that the prices were going up and they would never come down. They said that the hens are getting healthier and the supply situation has greatly improved. So once again, you're going to see fully stocked shelves and you're going to enjoy a range of choices without any purchase restrictions. And the White House announced that they will be using real eggs for their Easter event. So 30,000 real eggs will be at the White House.
I saw this year for the first time, I think, ever in that Easter egg White House thing that they are selling corporate sponsorships. So, like, eggs will be branded by... I'm serious.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I saw that story. I don't know if they ended up panning out, but they were selling like big package deals where kids will find these eggs and like, oh, this is sponsored by
Lockheed Martin.
Travelocity. You know,
Lockheed Martin.
That's apparently what's happening now. So
wait, so it'll be on the egg package?
I guess. Look, they used to just be these like little wooden eggs that said Easter egg White House Easter egg hunt. That's what they used to. They weren't even full of candy. Like, imagine that. You're a kid, you find an egg.
A wooden egg.
It's just things solid wood.
Well, also kids don't care about real eggs.
No.
They want plastic eggs with chocolate in them.
But as adults, nothing better than getting some free real eggs.
I know, an adult Easter egg hunt with just actual eggs.
Love that.
That would be great.
Make a fat Denver omelet at the end of it. Oh, man, such a win.
Just the biggest omelet ever. All right, so the SpaceX civilian mission led by a Bitcoin billionaire did launch earlier this week, but there is another civilian flight that is a lot more interesting because it will be the first all-female civilian space flight. This is the Blue Origin one. And we're getting more details about the launch. This is the one that's going to have Lauren Sanchez, Katy Perry, Gayle King, and then a NASA rocket scientist and I believe another bioastronautics research scientist. And so they've announced that they are going to put the ass in astronaut. And that's a
They've announced that?
Katy Perry announced that.
Okay.
So the girls are detailing what they're going to do.
So they want those hot spacesuits.
Well, Lauren Sanchez said who would not get glam before the flight. They said that they're going to all have eyelash extensions while they're flying in the capsule, and they're wondering if they're going to stay on or not. And space is finally going to get glam. If I could glam it up, if I could take glam up with me, I would do that. We're going to put the ass in astronaut. That's according to Katy Perry.
So Buzz Aldrin would be proud.
Vanessa already did that, by the way.
Yeah, Vanessa, our very own Vanessa.
She put the ass in NASA.
She sure did.
But I also kind of, yes, this can be cringe to a lot of people, but I do think it's kind of like, okay, yeah, we're having this first all-female flight, and why not make it fun? Yeah, I think the one NASA researcher is going to be like, we're doing what?
Eyelashes.
Yeah. She's like, but I'm here for research. And they're like, get glad, baby, put the ass in astronaut. And she's like, okay, I'm just here to take measurements.
Are they going to take White Claws up there? Or
of course.
Oh, my God, they should. At least they're not just doing the female stereotype where it's like, we're going to get up there and clean.
Yeah, they're going to get rim rash all over the side of the rocket ship. It's the worst. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. All right. You mentioned Soup Plantation earlier in the show and how people are sad when it went away. But when's the last time they ever went there? The good news is you won't have to say that about The Simpsons. Even if you have not seen that show in a while, it's not going anywhere because it will be here at least through 2030. It was renewed for another 4 seasons, which would take them through their 40th anniversary. And Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, and American Dad were all also renewed for 4 more seasons. So I had a period where I was all in on adult cartoons. And those were also my highest years of my life. But I feel like there's still a sense of comfort and nostalgia watching a cartoon for an adult. And when it's an adult cartoon where people are like swearing in adult situations, I think that's always going to be something Americans love.
It's Millhouse of the Klein Alley Show. Ooh!
I assumed once we got that on our show, that was the game over for The Simpsons. I thought that was going to be an official mush, but just for that character.
Hey,
all right.
We can still mush it.
Well, we get into a brand new hour of the show next. That hour will be complete with you getting head and tickets and much more after this. KROQ.
Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning and welcome back to KROQ. Perhaps you've heard the big news. Kevin Ryder. The Kevin Ryder that woke you up for many, many, many years, 3 decades here at KROQ, is now back at the station. And he said he's finally well rested, taking some time, and now he has been welcomed back with open arms. Apparently the same people that had to escort him out of the building when they said he's fired opened the doors wide and brought him back in. He'll be doing afternoons here at KROQ starting at 3 o'clock. And he was on our show yesterday. Some video, footage, hugs, emotions all over the Instagram. You can check that out at KROQ. Well, what do you want me to do? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a great hugger. It felt like that situation called for a hug.
Aren't all hugs kind of awkward?
Yes, they all are. Unless...
No, they're not, really. You guys are very awkward.
We're awkward, apparently, which is why we sit here in this windowless room every morning for a few hours. Make it worth your while this morning, though, because we got the Coachella tickets coming up with the return of Tone Deaf for Coachella. You'll be forced to listen to Vanessa and I sing songs from Coachella artists, and then you can score yourself tickets. But there's a bigger controversy this week, and it doesn't even involve my nipple, Ellie. It involves something that we said on the show about Uncle Joey, and it fired people up.
Oh, my God.
And here we
This
are.
is still going?
Days later, there's probably 35, maybe 50 messages on the Go line about this.
Hey, guys. We did it. I was listening to the podcast today, and I heard about the lady calling in about Uncle Joey from Full House. He was the uncle. He is the brother-in-law of Bob Saget. So he is the brother of the widow of the girls. Bob Saget.
Yeah.
So that's how he's the. All right, do David. Have a good day. Bye.
Because I called him Uncle Joey, and everyone said no. Then this woman who apparently claimed I was wrong has now called for her fourth message.
Klein, Allie, you just gonna say, "Oh, Uncle Joey was an uncle. They called him Uncle Joey. She's wrong. That woman's wrong," and just move on. And nobody could have even Googled that or checked. I'm not wrong. Joey's not an uncle. He was Danny Tanner's friend, Joey Gladstone. They did not call him Uncle Joey. They just called him Joey, the kids, the Tanner kids. It's like a Mandela effect thing, right? We think he was Uncle Joey because there was Uncle Jesse. But Danny Tanner's kids called him Joey, and he was not an uncle. Anyway, I just thought, somebody could have been maybe just Googled it or looked, although I know AI has led you astray before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look it up. I promise.
All right.
I did look
Joey
into
Gladstone, not an uncle. Bye.
Yes, Jake, what did you find?
Despite being considered part of the Tanner family, actor Dave Coulier's character Joey Gladstone was never officially referred to as Uncle Joey in Full House. While Joey wasn't a blood relative to the Tanners, he played an important role in the family and was referred to as Uncle Joey by Jesse when talking to his twin sons.
There you go.
Was he married to Danny Tanner's widow?
No.
Then
technically,
Uncle Jesse was
brother,
Danny Tanner's brother-in-law.
Right.
That's how they were related. Uncle Joey was just referred to as Uncle Joey. He wasn't actually like blood.
Well, he's cancer-free. Let's just focus on that.
Right.
That's the good
I love
news.
how his health condition is not anyone's
No.
concern.
Yeah. That was the story that we started talking about. It was that, the good news.
But is the uncle cancer-free?
The guy went through five rounds of chemo. He's cancer-free. It's a big, good story. Everyone got all caught up in the fact he's not an uncle. So now the debate continues. Every other message is he is an uncle. He's not an uncle. Look into it. We'll have to 23andMe that guy. Maybe we get him on the phone, Vanessa. I'm sure.
Should he be on a watch list or not?
Yeah, I mean, that obviously, with all that little puppetry stuff he's playing with, he's got to be on that watch
So
list.
if he's not an uncle, it's even weirder that he's hanging out at that place all the time.
Yeah, he's doing those funny voices. It's everything he does is uncle behavior. It's like funny voices and I'm a little wood chick and all that stuff. He's the guy's.
He's
but you guys don't know an adult that's good with kids like that? I do. It's not weird at all. They just get along with kids.
You have a friend who's an adult who's just really good with kids and wants to be around them a lot?
Here he is.
Doesn't want to be around them. He just...
This is Omar's friend. He's great with kids.
He's just good with kids. It's like Uncle Joey was living there because he was out of luck. He was just down and out.
I know, but his situation never improved in all those seasons. Wouldn't you eventually want the guy out?
He was doing a lot of jobs. The guy was doing a TV show.
He ended up doing a radio show with Uncle Jesse, and they built a studio in the attic, I want to say.
Radio.
That's the show went downhill at that point.
After the puppet show. Yeah.
It's never good when your backup plan is radio. Klein Alley Show.
Oh, Tony! Inevitable!
Getting some head. I was getting some head.
Hey, Ed, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What's up?
During the first season, they kept explaining how Joey moved in with them.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
to help them raise the kids because Danny's wife had passed away.
Right, I got it. So he's not an uncle.
He was never an uncle.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
503
I
said,
don't care.
if Joey was not an uncle, then I technically won Allie Knows the News. So someone is getting money out of this situation.
That has nothing
Very
to do. What did I didn't have to do with the question. The question was, this guy from Full House is no longer has cancer, and everyone's favorite uncle. Listen, the guy didn't guess Jesse. The guy, who even knows? I think he got the question
was
right.
misleading, though. You were confusing the guy.
Get that. Find that contestant. I'll send him $100. Just shut up.
Wow.
Just shut up already.
Great. You're giving out head and $100 today?
Yeah, I'm giving away a lot today. That's right.
Well, what happens when your wife's out of town?
Kevin Ryder's back. We got to do whatever we can do to get some people to listen to our show again. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. My wife's been out of town, and I noticed that one of the best parts about having the place to yourself, and there's the obvious things, right, where you don't really have to, have conversation, etc. But to have complete control over watching whatever you want, whenever you want to watch it on whatever TV, I think is the most valuable thing about.
Aren't your kids there?
Yes, but I should check.
Uncle
on
Jesse
them.
would have never.
I've got to quote Uncle Joey in my house
Joey.
too. No, I'm saying like after they go to sleep, the idea that there doesn't need to be some sort of a negotiation of. A lot of times I'll put something on and she'll be like, I don't want to watch this. This has a plane crash in it. I'm flying tomorrow, or I don't want to watch this. This seems like it's a sad show about a kid getting stolen, and those put me in a bad mood before bed.
Yeah, but don't you have shows that you're just regularly watching? Like we'll just kind of pick up at 8:00 or whatever. It's like, all right, put this show back on.
Yeah, but the problem is the shows that we're watching now have decided to do that time release formula crap where for whatever reason there's certain shows you can get them all right up. You can just go through, you can crush 9 seasons in a row if you're dedicated. But then like with White Lotus now and the studio now, which
That's
is
why
on
you have to
Apple.
have one show that's releasing every week that you wait for, and one show that's a show from like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but
that's
we
fresh still, but has every episode.
We burn through all that stuff. But also I just think of all the shows like Full Swing, which is like about the golfers on Netflix. There's all these shows I try to put on, and I just, when she's there, she'll be like, ugh, we're watching this.
Yeah, even you saying Full Swing makes me bored.
Right. The idea that I don't have to deal with that, it's kind of a great freeing feeling. It's a freeing feeling that you've been in a relationship for a couple of years. You don't really have that very often.
I know, but then you kind of, like, I don't know if you feel this way, but for me, if I have my own choice and there's nobody else that needs to weigh in on the decision, it feels like too much power, and I don't know what to do.
That is the one downside, is that usually in any given night, let's
I'm
just
like,
say,
I have one night.
Right, we'll have 30 minutes of conversation of what we're going to watch, followed by another 30 minutes of starting something for 3 minutes and her being like, I'm not really into it. I'm like, well, you haven't put your phone down, so how do you know if you're into it or not? And then followed by finally we just agree on watching something that we've probably already seen.
And then 10 minutes in, you fall asleep.
Yeah, and then I'm out. And she's like, why even put on something you care about? You're going to fall asleep. I don't have to think about any of that. It's kind of great. And I actually stayed up.
Sounds so romantic.
Being single, I know a lot of people bitch about it. Vanessa, seems pretty sweet when it comes to watching TV.
What did I say the other day?
Don't worry about it.
I'm liking it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Single's where it's at. You get
I
to
know.
watch.
Vanessa's got her like projector up on her wall.
She's watching whatever she wants. She wants to watch New Girl for the 50th time. She's
Nobody's
watching New Girl.
criticizing her and saying, hey, that's lame.
Yeah, we're all thinking it, but we're not saying it, right?
Because we're not her boyfriend.
Hey, Miguel in Los Angeles. Phones are full right now. Why are you calling?
Good morning, Sweet Dibs. I'm calling to get my bobblehead.
We're going to give you some head, Miguel. Hold on one second. It will not be a Shohei Ohtani bobblehead. We don't have those either, but we do have a big collection of random ones in the back office, and we're sending you a random bobblehead. Congratulations.
Alrighty, thank you so much.
Nothing a Sharpie can't change. You can make any bobblehead a Shohei Ohtani bobblehead with enough Sharpie, right?
Oh, yeah.
Take a quick break. We're back in a second. Hooters is apparently going away, but then coming back with a rebrand. We've got a real Hooters Girl on the phone for an AMA with a Hooters Girl. That'll be next.
KROQ. Guess who's back? What? Back again. Woohoo! Kevin's back.
Find that hard to believe.
Got no friends. Kevin's back. 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 KROQ. Wow, 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 wow. KROQ. Wow, 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 wow.
Jesus, but
spaghetti girl.
We've created a monster. Nobody listens to KROQ no more. They laid off everybody that was here. But if you want KROQ, this is what we'll give you. Mediocrity and Klein. When he was last here, ratings dropped fast, a lot quicker than my stocks when he got locked out of KROQ's kitchen. Guess what? Kevin's back. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Fix your Bentatana tuna, turn it up a little. You waited this long, never say never. Kevin's back and introducing the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We gave him a job, a new endeavor, but he ain't too smart and he ain't very clever. So the FCC just lets him be, cause they cannot understand what he's saying. They tried to shut him down, ha 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 he. We put Kevin back on the frequency. Well, we tried to reach out to Bean, but he wouldn't return our calls, you see, cause we're all bankrupt. Odyssey, and put Kevin back on the frequency. Well, we need a little controversy, so everybody just follow our lead and pretend you are kind of happy that Kevin's back on the frequency. KROQ, what did we do? What did we do? KROQ.
That song ended. That ended. So now we're going to talk. That's over. That is over. You dumbass.
Kevin Ryder's back. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on
KROQ.
Really?
It's too much.
Yeah.
You feel like I know how excited people should be by me.
Right.
And it's not that much.
Yeah.
You know? Like, maybe they should like me. Okay, I'm likable. But
you don't sell yourself short. You're in the Hall of Fame of radio. There is no greater Hall of Fame to be in than the Hall of Fame of radio. And
Right.
you're in there, I think, a couple of times. I think you're in aren't you in multiple
We're in
radio?
two, yes.
Two different Hall of Fame.
yeah. And when I started, I didn't even know there was a Hall of Fame, let alone want to be in it.
Yeah. I mean, but what a moment that you're accepting an award like that and going, hey, maybe I don't deserve this, but you always kind of have imposter syndrome in this job.
1,000% imposter syndrome.
Bobby, we're going to give you the final word. Kevin Ryder will be here. You'll be able to talk to him as soon as this afternoon. Are you going home between this and when you go or no?
I don't know.
Oh, he may just stick around.
Come
on,
that far.
it's nap time soon.
Bobby, go ahead.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back, Kevin.
Thanks, Bobby.
To, real quick RIP to Val Kilmer. But my question is, how?
Wow.
Just a quick RIP.
Wow. Seems like a weird time to put in a tribute.
All right.
Shout out the Iceman. Go ahead.
Yeah, how else did you make it back after them letting you go like this? Like, what was the process for you to heal or to forgive? Because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it with you. You're a better guy than I am.
That's questionable, but I always knew that my time at this radio station would end. Nobody thinks they're going to work forever at any radio station. Mm-hmm. The problem that I had was the support staff that was treated very, very poorly. Like, that was harder for me than it was on myself. Mm-hmm. Because by the time I got fired, I was incredibly tired and you could attest, just the hours alone, without doing the job, just the hours alone suck.
Terrible.
They kill you slowly.
Every day.
But it was really difficult with the way they treated everybody except for Omar, the trader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the trader. Yeah. Well, he's got dirt on everyone. So
and those people are gone.
Yeah.
From the company.
Yeah, the bad people, and there were no shortage of bad people.
There was a purging.
They're all out. So It's so nice because this does really feel like the rebirth of the radio station, the rebirth of KROQ, and to have Kevin Ryder back on the team. It really means that anything is possible. Ali, you want to play that final call here, and then we'll get out of here and get into... We've skipped all the music. We've missed everything we were supposed to do, but it was worth it because we got a chance to talk to Kevin Ryder. Go ahead. You're on with the great Kevin Ryder.
Yo, I can't believe I'm hearing the real Kevin Ryder on KROQ. As my headlights exploded yesterday. I thought it was some kind of a joke, but it's real. You're here. And you're here with Klein Alley's show. And look, I grew up listening to Kevin and Bean. I swore I would never listen to another morning show. It was so messed up the way that you left KROQ. It was not right. And now, I found myself listening to Klein Alley's show, and I gotta admit, Kevin, I liked them. And I'm on the live stream right now. I am seeing the old KROQ blended with the new KROQ. It's like, it's like this Kuba moment. My current self and my childhood self are like having a radio orgasm right now.
That's graphic.
And I know these guys are weird. Sometimes they say some weird stuff. Don't be put off. They're good people.
Oh,
actually, they probably are good people, but they're real people and they're funny. And yes, Ali has a weird long neck.
Okay.
And Klein
enough.
They're people.
makes some really insensitive jokes. And
Super.
they
Thank
probably should have been sued by now. But I hope that
Thank you.
as a KROQ legend, you can give them your blessing.
Okay.
Great.
They're trying hard over here.
Thank you. Shut up.
I love you, Kevin.
All right, we all love Kevin Ryder. Okay, great. Welcome back to
I don't know what we
KROQ.
accomplished.
From the
I'm
absolute
happy to be here.
bottom of our hearts, seriously. Thank you for being here, Kevin Ryder. A great article just dropped today in Variety that announces you are officially back, have a better contract than we do, so we're super jealous.
I do.
Pre-record this from home.
We will continue this after this quick break, and then every afternoon for the foreseeable future, 3 to 7, the great Kevin Ryder on KROQ as the good Lord intended. Quick break, back with more next. Thanks, Kevin. Seems dated to think about it in the year 2025, but for a while there was this whole collection of things that were called restaurants. They were restaurants that I think Hooters started the trend of the restaurant, and then there were
a couple
Twin
others.
Peaks was another one. I would always see them. I don't think a lot of them were like in L.A., There were like a lot of them were in flyover states, but apparently that was a big booming business. These restaurants that were all based on this concept of having really, really attractive, scantily clad waitresses that served mediocre food, but you didn't care because it was like, not really, I'm at a strip club, but I kind of get some of the feels of being out and about with my friends, and it's still cool and family friendly, quote, quote,
yeah,
wink, wink.
but in places like Southern California where there's so many other things to do, I would imagine it's not as popular as like, well, I'm in Ohio, so I might as well just go to this place.
And, anyway, there's been some changes recently to Hooters specifically. Will they be around anymore? And perhaps you don't care because you haven't been to one in a while, or maybe you've never been to one.
Hooters is going from an R rating to PG-13. It's all part of a new rebranding strategy to make it more family friendly.
What?
Now, I didn't think Hooters was ever R-rated. I would say at best it was PG-13.
Isn't that the whole point?
Right. The idea is that for some people, because sometimes you'd be in there and there would be families eating there, and they would just think, oh, let's go to the Owl restaurant. That was always the joke. But then there'd be like the table full of horny old guys that were like, we know why we're here.
But then there would be people there with 7 and 9-year-olds that were just like, la la la, where's the kids menu?
I think they had a kids menu there. I mean, I really think they had a kids menu. So as far as I was concerned, it was always family friendly.
And then a little girl in a tube top would bring it to you.
Yeah, she was the child.
The company's CEO is calling it a re-Hooterization.
Man.
That makes no sense whatsoever, but I love it.
Yeah. That was us. Hooters, known for their wings, cold beer, endless TVs, and, a couple of other things.
More than just a job, and we're not waitresses. We actually get involved in our community.
Those orange shorty shorts and plunging white tees have put the pop in pop culture since they opened in 1983.
What does that mean?
I'm actually surprised every year. I still do see quite a few Hooters Girls Halloween costumes every year, even though the success or the popularity of Hooters has definitely been declining for a while now.
Yeah, but it also feels kind of a classic.
Right, it's a throwback, vintage.
Hi, welcome to Hooters.
Kind of a restaurant that attracts a certain demographic.
Duh.
That guy right there is the demographic. So in a moment, we have on our phone an actual Hooters girl. She's actually making a lot of noise on TikTok, revealing all the secrets of what it was like behind the scenes. We'll do an AMA. If you got questions you've ever wanted to know, we'll get honest answers. AMA with a Hooters girl. That'll be after Hosier right here on KROQ. KROQ. Wow, a lot of questions on the text line for this AMA that we have in store for you right now. Hooters is back in the news. Why? Bankruptcy filed this week, but then a new announcement that they're planning a re-Hooterization of the brand.
I think my favorite question so far on the text line from 310 is I'm just curious if she has a recommendation of what size Hooters uniform she recommends for Jake.
Great question. We'll have to get that on. I would imagine whichever their largest is, +1. That's going to be... I think all of the recommendations for Jake will come off the menu, not out of the gift shop. Let's add Aaliyah. She is a Hooters girl. Will answer all questions in this very exciting and topical AMA. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you so much for joining us on KROQ for these very insightful AMAs. And because Hooters is all the rage these days, we needed to have a Hooters girl on immediately. We should point out you are not a current Hooters girl. You're a former Hooters girl, correct?
Yes, I am. 7 years. It was a long time.
7 years of putting on those orange shorts. How many pairs in 7 years, how many pairs of those shorts do you go through?
Oh, gosh. I probably have, at least one every other shift.
Wow. That's a lot of shorts.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah,
it is.
Not a lot of material.
Not a lot of material. Absolutely not.
What was the interview process like? I'm always curious at Hooters, how people get hired.
Yeah, so for me, the interview process was a little bit different than other girls. I just kind of walked in and I sat down, I smiled, I said I had volunteer experience, and they were like, great, you're hired.
Man, you must be so good looking.
Experience.
That's amazing. And in your 7 years at Hooters, everyone wants to talk about the tips, right? Because that's always the belief that you're going to have some billionaire that sits down, he's smitten with you. What is the biggest tip you received in all of your 7 years at Hooters?
Biggest tip I got, probably only $100. However, I do know girls that have gotten $1,000 tips.
And what were some tactics you would use to get some good tips at a place like Hooters?
Sit down with them, talk with them, smile, eye contact, touch the table, things like that. Look really engaged.
Question, we're doing an AMA with a Hooters girl right now. Spent 7 years working at Hooters. Of course, the big news this week is that Hooters finally filing for bankruptcy. So we wanted to be able to chat with a Hooters girl while we still could. In future generations, Allie, they may not even know what you're talking about. And for a time, the Hooters girls, I put them in the same category as like the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, the Playboy Playmates. They were symbols of the time. And in some ways, it was a subculture. Do you really like the wings there? Yes or no? People always argue, I just like the wings. But it's like, I just read Playboy for the articles. Do you actually like the wings at Hooters?
They used to be good. They're not anymore.
See, I've made that point as well. I actually do think the wings at Hooters used to be very good, and they've gotten less good.
Yeah, but do you think the goodness was just, if you eat something that is, 3 days old in a to-go container, it's easy to be like, this sucks, versus something that's presentation is everything?
Well, I guess the one way to know is to ask you, how is your takeout business at Hooters?
Currently, or up until I was there, not so good. Obviously, Super Bowl, Football Sunday, those were really busy days. Regular days, not really busy.
Did you ever get hit on or mistreated by managers? I know there were a lot of potential lawsuits and complaints being made about how some of the women were treated there.
I never got hit on by managers. I was lucky enough to have some great managers. There were a couple that were not so great. They got moved, fired, transferred. I didn't really have issues, so I'm lucky for that.
714 wanted to know, is it true that the Hooters girls sometimes hook up with each other?
Ooh, with each other? I don't know about that, but definitely the line cooks.
Oh, line cooks.
Nice.
That's great.
They all hook up with each other.
Question from the 818. Do you guys work on commission? Example, when I used to go to Hooters, they would always try to sell me a calendar or something from the gift shop on the way out. Do you get paid more if we buy that stuff?
So if we sold a calendar, we might be able to get cut early from the shift. So we would have like a point system, a reward system. Selling calendars were a big deal.
Talking to a former Hooters girl that has posted content about her time at Hooters. When you have a customer that comes in, can you tell pretty quickly if they're going to be an annoying customer?
Oh, absolutely. Their behavior always starts at the hostess desk.
Really? What are some red flags?
Loud, obnoxious, I deserve this, entitled. That's how you know they're going to be a very low tipper.
Question from 909. Did you ever get a customer that became weirdly obsessed with you?
Yeah, absolutely. I had people come in and see me and tell me about my backstory, my life, where I live, where I go to school, and I have no idea who they were.
Whoa.
Did it ever happen where a Hooters girl would start dating a customer in your 7 years there?
All the time. Even got married. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. That's incredible.
Now, I ask this question as someone who I consider myself to be an average-looking person.
That's an exaggeration, by the way.
When you worked at Hooters, was there always one person that you were like, how did they get this job? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. The quality of the girls really went downhill as Hooters has gotten older.
I also think that there became more opportunities for very attractive women to make good money on Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans.
Yeah, you're like,
etc.
why would I work at a restaurant?
Right, and for a while that was the only game in town. Question, one time I went to Hooters and they brought me a man waiter. What's up with that?
Oh, that was probably a manager.
Yeah, he was wearing one of those like white collared shirts that had the owl on it, and I kept thinking he was just taking our water order, and they would finally bring out the hotties, and then that never happened.
Did you tell him bring out the hotties?
I did say that to him a few times.
Maybe you were one of the red flag customers that they were like, we shouldn't bring a girl over here.
Maybe, Allie, I was. Maybe I was.
Are you sad about Hooters filing for bankruptcy? Like, do you have fond memories of working there, or are you like, good riddance, let's change with the times?
Honestly, I think it's been a long time coming. I'm not surprised.
Would you, as a former Hooters girl, ever go to a restaurant that had guys wearing short shorts called like dongs or something?
Yeah, why not? Absolutely.
Maybe if it had a better name than dongs.
I think dongs is a pretty good name, Allie.
Were there ever any customers that would like slap your ass on the way, like, old man stuff where they feel like they have permission to be touchy?
Yeah.
What would you do in those situations?
Usually you just kind of play it off. At least I would. Play it off, walk away. If anyone ever got too aggressive, you would get a manager. I mean, I've seen people physically removed from the restaurant and picked up and put outside.
If they kick you out of Hooters, do they pack up your food to go, or?
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
Bye-bye.
That's good to know. Well, is there one secret, this is a great question on the text line from 310, one secret that a regular person would not know about Hooters that you know because you worked there for so long?
There's a secret menu for sure.
What? Oh, secret menu. What's on that?
Mm-hmm. So what I would do, I would get tater tots. You put them in the chicken wing smoker, and then you throw shredded cheese and bacon bits on top, and you get some smoked tater tots.
God damn.
Damn.
That sounds great.
They should be promoting that. I feel like it would save the whole company.
Yeah, that could bring back Hooters. Well, any closing words,
they need to try.
Leah, before we say goodbye and this AMA comes to an end? You spent a lot of time there. Now you're seeing this legendary brand going full-on bankruptcy mode. Anything you'd like to say to all of the thousands of Hooters girls and tens of thousands of Hooters customers?
I mean, at the beginning it was great, but at the end I have to say the last shift I worked, I made $20. So
wow,
it's unfortunate to see the brand collapse, but I think there's time for a change.
Final question on the text line. This is from 323. How many years on Halloween do you still reuse your Hooters costume?
0. Absolutely 0.
Huh.
I am not reliving that.
All right.
And 714, what is your current bra size?
30C.
Oh,
30C. God damn.
I'm more jealous of the 30 part.
I know. Incredible. Now everyone wants to know your socials again, now that you've just shared that information. So we will give that out at Klein Alley's show. Once again, Leah Fennelly, you've seen some of her tips. And
maybe some
said
nips.
tips. I said tips,
Okay.
Allie. Thanks for joining us on KROQ. Greatly appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great day.
Thanks, Leah.
Bye.
would you like to live forever? Maybe you don't want to, but at least you'd love the secret, so you could live forever if you choose. That's what it's all about these days. And every week on the show, we check in with another old person that lived to 105, 107, 115, because they got a secret. We've never heard the same secret twice, which makes us think the old people are trying to sabotage, want to kill us off in our prime so they can get all the glory. Here's a tease, Allie, because we're going to get to a brand new old people secrets in a moment, but this is the woman that will be delivering the secret.
And if I give out my birthday to people.
Oh, my Lord.
So get ready, because it's not always easy. We need translation. If you're listening, listen closely. Turn the volume up. And let's go ahead and figure out how we can live together forever with this brand new Old People Secrets.
From chicken brain to drinking rain, not getting laid. They call me the barmaid.
They call me the barmaid.
That's right. Let's live forever with Sweet Dibbit. Time for some old people
secret. Johnny Cash, thanks for the song. Let's get to it. Let's meet the woman, then we'll go ahead and guess the secret. You're more than welcome to play along.
Most of us look forward to retirement, spending our golden years traveling or just hanging with the grandkids. But one Memphis great-grandmother is getting ready to celebrate her 100th birthday and still taking appointments.
Oh, no.
That's
Is that
her
her
hips.
body?
That's her hips, yeah. It's moving around.
Oil her up, man.
That's her crossing her legs.
We got to oil her down. She, listen to this. She's 100.
She's frozen in a garden.
I work because this is what I've enjoyed doing all my life.
Now, this is one of those sad stories. It's supposed
Heart
to be
surgery. That's right. I'm still doing it.
It's supposed to be inspirational, but it really seems sad. She's 100. She's about to turn 100, and she's still working every day.
From a little girl, I always loved messing with my sister's hair. They had beautiful hair.
Oh, my God.
And I always enjoyed doing this.
She's a hairstylist, and she's 100. And would you let anyone who was at that age,
Nope.
shaky, etc., handle scissors by your eyes, ears, head, etc.?
No, and I've even done my own hair and done a horrible job, and I would still rather give myself another haircut than let this woman do it.
And we've seen Allie's haircut she gave herself. It was the most regrettable mullet in the history of hair.
I wish I could say a 100-year-old did it, but it was me.
You should change the story. Just and that way everyone will make fun of you, and then you go, you know what? I supported this woman.
Callie Terrell loves making women look and feel good.
Hey, look,
with the same hairstyle. That's what I think when someone's like a really old hairstylist, they have like 5 things that they can do, and they just never change.
You're getting a gray afro. You're getting a gray afro. My grandma had the biggest gray afro, and every time she would go and say, I got my hair done again, I'm like, Grandma, it's a gray afro.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a big puffy gray thing.
It's the Golden Girls haircut.
Right.
It feel good. Oh, when I do it again, maybe pay more.
So this is going to be tough to figure out the secret because, as always, the old people are kind of hard to figure out, but I think that's part of the magic of the old people's secret is that you feel like you're deciphering a code.
Yeah, I know. It's
So
like
here
the
we
Da
go.
Vinci Code for old people.
Here's just a little bit more about her, and then we'll lock in on what we believe her secret is.
Mrs. Terrell now only works to keep busy and to satisfy a few longtime customers like her daughter, Inez. She's 99 years old and anxiously awaiting her 100th birthday in November.
That's so tough for her daughter.
To say I don't want to get my hair cut anymore with you, Mom. I know.
It's just like, my mom's been cutting my hair for 60 years or whatever.
She probably goes to another place right after to get it fixed. Right.
Now, if I give out my birthday to people, you have to pay for it. 100. How about that?
I don't know what that was. I think it's a joke, but
That's another thing that I love when they do these interviews. If they try and make them sound funny, because it makes them sound like they're sharp.
That's how she
cool.
charges for a haircut.
Oh, that what she was trying to
I
say?
thought she was whoring herself out.
Well,
like,
I didn't. I didn't.
hey,
Understand. Yeah, what was she saying?
You got to pay for it.
Pay for 100. 100. So everything's 100 now.
How about that?
Her zeal for life is amazing.
By the way,
and
imagine 45 minutes of that while you're getting your haircut.
Jesus.
I have to give them back.
Her zeal for life is
Can you cut my ears off while you're at it?
amazing, and so is her work ethic. She rents space in a salon now, but once had her own thriving business.
Now, this is the saddest part of the story. I want to warn you.
There is no salon.
She hasn't left her room in 6 years. This whole thing is a figment of her imagination.
Wow, it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Everyone's playing along.
Hi, come on in. That'll be $39.50.
It's really a sad,
Here you go.
sad story. Yeah, and they hand her a couple buttons, and she goes, "Thank you for my pen."
Tip. Oh.
She's outlived almost all of her customers.
Oh, God.
This is sad.
Because she
now.
got shaky with the scissors.
Yeah, they all died of stabbing wounds in their necks.
People my age that I used to buddy with, I don't have a single one. I was in a bridge club. I'm the only one in the club that's living.
So you got to start looking at her.
So how do you play bridge? You're just one person.
it's
It's a
just
bridge
her.
to the afterlife.
That's the
Rainbow Bridge.
That's right. All right, so here we go. It's time for the secret now. We've learned a little bit about her, Allie. Here's what they say.
All right.
Work is part of her secret to longevity.
Just part of it, though. What is the rest of the secret? Okay, you want to live forever? You got to think like the elderly. They know the secret. What is it?
I think she wants good conversation. I bet she chats it up with all of her clients, or used to, and that's what makes her feel young and cool and happy.
All right. Good conversation. Omar, what's your secret?
Working, staying busy, but also, just listen to her positivity. You have to have a positive outlook on life.
Yeah, the old people love saying that. Oh, Jake the Nerd, what's your secret?
Hey, I gotta stay young at heart.
Okay. Thank you, Jake. He waits all week to do his old person impression.
It's good impressions.
I think he said the same. Pull the clips of him doing just as old people.
Oh, my God.
think.
It's always back-to-back secrets.
It's always the same.
Good family.
He puts no thought into his actual guess. He just puts his thought into the
I think
impression.
sometimes he just grumbles.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay.
This is what she said.
I'm not used to just being up in the house. See, I work so long. I just been around people. So I enjoy being with people and doing something exciting.
See?
There you go. Being around
I sound
people.
just like her.
Yeah, you almost nailed it.
You kind of did.
All right, that's it. We'll take a quick break. Now you can live forever. Just be around people, and you'll live until you're very old. Except it sounds like all the people she was around are dead now, which is a weird thing. 'Cause every group she was a part of.
I know.
My clients, my bridge club, they're all dead. So
Exactly.
Netflix,
She's the only one left.
looking at this woman, I think she could have a suspicious past. Unaware of the big news that we got to share with you yesterday. The great Kevin Ryder has returned to KROQ. He'll be on every single afternoon starting at 3 o'clock. I'll have Coachella tickets with you. Not that you need the bribery or the excuse to listen. Yes, it is the same Kevin that spent 30 years as a part of the Kevin and Bean Show here at KROQ. And yesterday was nice enough to hang out with us for a while. You can see some of that footage up on our socials.
Yeah,
and
this is what he had to say, too.
A live broadcast in my pants.
Oh, wow. That was during the Hooters Girl segment, which, by the way, you can see that Hooters Girl we just had on our socials, and people are universally, even some straight women are going, oh, man, I may be in Allie's team now. So everyone universally loving that Hooters Girl that was just on with us for the AMA. Someone pointed out, interesting that KROQ has Kevin Ryder back for less than 24 hours and already are booking Hooters Girls. Seems like it's on brand for Kevin Ryder. We'll get to your news in a moment, and you know what? Let's just get to your news right now. We got lots to do this morning, so no time to waste. Here we go.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Another day, another tariff. People are freaking out over the 10% on everything tariff that the president announced yesterday. But there is a little bit of good news if you are in love with TikTok and it's your main source of income and it is your livelihood. There's another deadline coming up on Saturday, and a new buyer has entered the picture. It is an offer being made by Amazon. I guess this is the part of Monopoly where the rich person buys the boardwalk and wins the whole game. But it's unclear how serious this offer is. TikTok has a lot of different people to pick from, and I'm not sure why any of these offers don't pan out. But my guess is that because deals like this take months to close, there's probably on Saturday going to be yet another extension, and we'll just keep kicking the TikTok can down the hill.
I also read yesterday that the guy who started OnlyFans wants to buy TikTok
there's so
as well.
many people that want to buy TikTok, so I'm like, why isn't it happening? Why is it just, here's another
I
offer,
would buy
here's
TikTok.
another offer?
You think I could get a loan for that?
Yeah. I think so,
Omar.
Extend it out for like 1,000,000 years or
Yeah,
something?
you've got some properties. I think you could do that. Yeah, let's all
I'm in the
pass
game.
it on. Let's buy some
Here you go.
TikTok. Hey, Johnny, just out of curiosity, I want to get your, because taxes are going up about 10% on everything. If you have something that is $30 and taxes are now going to be 10% on that item, how much are you going to spend on that $30 item, Johnny?
$3. $3.
The whole item will cost you $3?
But you meant the tax percentage on it?
Right.
What is the new total of the item is his question.
It's 20 plus 3 and move. Say it one more time. 10% of 3.
Oh my god.
20 plus 3
got it.
and move
Don't worry, you
on.
got it right, Johnny. Good job. Just making sure. Do you have
How
any
did you lose $10?
If you have any
from your
questions
original-
about
I forgot the question as soon as he said it. He
That's
said
okay.
10% of 30.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't forget the question because you just said it again exactly as I said it.
Oh, 10% of 30.
Yeah.
Johnny, you don't do drugs. How do you forget a question that quickly?
I don't know. I might have some sort of disability, I think.
Yeah, I think so. That's okay.
I think we all have something.
You're in a safe place.
Yeah. All right. Tributes were pouring out for Val Kilmer yesterday as people woke up to the news that he had died, which seemed sudden because he died of pneumonia. But we are also now learning that he was bedridden years before he died. So he was sick for quite some time. But it was also interesting seeing so many people talk about how he slayed. There were so many people that were praising him for his dating history. Angelina Jolie, Cindy Crawford.
I hope when I die that even if it's all made up stories, please let me have some sort of a legend, a legacy like this guy. I couldn't get over it. I was so jealous yesterday.
It was like, yeah, his acting was great, but like, look at all the great women he dated. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow,
I know.
okay.
He had a run, man.
And then there was like Cher.
Yeah, but
and Daryl Hannah and stuff.
But he just made his way around. I mean, he was the it boy for a while. And if you think about it, I wonder if that's a trade you'd make. You know, you die at 65, which is pretty young, and he spent the last, who knows, 5 years bedridden or whatever.
Yeah, but he also spent a lot of the ending years of his life alone. He was never really in a long term
but let me ask you
relationship.
this.
And he said he felt lonely.
But do you take, if someone were to say to me right now, you can have a 5-year run, Klein, where in that 5-year run, you're with Emily Ratajkowski. You're with
That Hooters Girl.
The Hooters Girl we just had on. You're on
The Hooters Girl Clive was perving out on
Sydney-
the last
He was so perving out.
Sydney Sweeney.
He
Look
literally
at
was
this one.
like, oh my
That's
god.
the same picture with a
Just
different
relax.
outfit.
Allie was perving out. No one's talking about Allie.
I like the one where she was fully clothed by the horse.
Allie saw the Hooters Girl standing next to a horse and went nuts. I'm just saying, would you trade all of that later life stuff to have a 5-year mega run? Would you do it? It's easy to say no.
Do you get to pick the people?
Yeah, you're getting the best of the best.
How many people?
I don't know. He had a lot. Val Kilmer was He was the Iceman.
Dude, just because you're slaying, that doesn't bring you happiness.
I don't know.
I don't know. According to his book, he said, God, I loved Cindy so much and just kept loving her. I thought I could have died from her love because it's a delight that was simply too much to bear. I would have died of happiness.
I think I take that deal. I think I take it. I got it.
And who's your go-tos?
I told you, Radoskowski, Sydney Sweetie.
Does it matter that you can't pronounce her name correctly?
No, I don't think so.
Scenario?
I don't think so.
Come here, you
You don't have to. In my scenario,
I'm a slay year.
In my scenario, there's not a lot of talking.
That's a nice pet name.
I think I take that deal.
All right, when Lester Holt left NBC, it was big news in the news community. And I don't know how much respect Inside Edition gets in the news world, but the announcement yesterday was that after 30 years as anchor, Deborah Norville, a.k.a. the Inside Edition lady, is leaving her post.
She's on my list, too.
She is?
Oh, yeah. 5 years of slaying. You better believe I'm good from Norville.
I just wanted to take a minute to highlight some of the incredible journalism that she has brought us over the years, because she's covered a lot of stories and a lot of stories that we have covered as well. And she always delivered only the highest quality stories that kept our nation informed.
They're called bunchums, plastic toys that stick together, but they also stick to hair. For this girl, every day is June 11th. And it's not a joke. If your local restaurant is offering Kobe beef, that is not what they're selling. It is an age-old problem in cities across America. Rats.
You know what? We're going to kill rats.
Waffle House gone wild.
There you go.
Oh, man. What a career.
Good stuff.
Also, I just wanted to play a little of this because this was part of her announcement. And I don't know if you're picking up on this, but to me, she's starting an OnlyFans.
Now is the time for me to move on from Inside Edition. They made me a lovely offer to stay, but there are things I'd like to do and places I want to do them that continuing here don't permit. So at the end of this season, I will be moving on. I've got some exciting things in the work, and I'll talk about that later.
Whoa.
Right?
Hey, listen, I get it. I thought about it myself. When you start seeing these numbers, people go, I signed up for OnlyFans, and I made $6 million before breakfast. You go, that seems like...
There's things I want to do and places I want to do them that this place won't permit?
Yep.
How salacious is that? What a great farewell announcement.
What a tease. Man, I'm excited. Give me some Norville. All right, we get into
some Narvin Mountain.
Brand new hour of the show, and we do it right now. Is she the same person that said, look at the size of that burrito? Someone's asking on the text line?
Oh, I think that's true.
Oh, let's hold on. Where's that tribute to Deborah Norville? I mean, listen, she's given us some great lines over the years, calling it quits after 30 years. You know what that means? If she's calling it quits after 30 years, it means we're going to announce that she's coming back to KROQ next week. That's what it means for lines like this. I mean, it's nothing better than Deborah Norville reporting on...
I can find it.
Oh my.
Okay, here it is.
Just look at the size of that burrito.
That could be her. What a legend.
Maybe.
That's what she'll say when she dates Klein.
We get into a brand new hour of the show right now.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning and welcome back to KROQ. Perhaps you have not been listening for a while. Don't worry, we're here. Kevin Ryder's back. It's like nothing's ever changed. I'm Klein. That's Allie.
Hello.
You got DJ Omar Khan.
Hey.
Known by Kevin Ryder as the Trader, known by us as the Audio Sniper. Then you've got Jake the Nerd back there.
What's that?
In the middle of his weight loss journey. Day number 4 of losing weight.
How's that going, though?
He's going pretty good.
He said he's lost his appetite for most things.
He said he barely was able to muster up the strength to have breakfast this morning.
Yeah, we went into it
crazy.
in the bonus podcast, Klein Alley Showtime, which we drop once a week. Jake went into it in depth, a lot of information about what he's going through right now. Then in the back room, you got Vanessa and Postmaster Gianni. Let me say hi to Bobby on the phones this morning. Lots of ways to interact with the show. 800-520-1067. What's up, Bobby?
Hey, good morning, guys.
What can we do for you?
That offer sounds like a good deal. I'll take it. 5 years? That sounds beautiful. I've been married 20.
We're not really
been miserable.
offering the deal.
Yeah, we don't have the ability to offer the deal. I'm just thinking if you think... Sorry.
Yes, deal.
We're not giving that deal away, but I was just thinking if you think about, Val Kilmer and the guy died young and had a sad end of his life, but apparently had a great run
Who's
in
on
the
Bobby's
middle.
list?
Had a great run
Bobby,
in the middle. Bobby,
who do you want to slay?
Who's on your 5 years of slaying list?
I think it would be Adama. Adama?
Huh?
Adama?
Is this a person or an animal?
What does she say?
I think he wants to F a hippopotamus.
I think he's saying. Okay. I think he's trying to say Emily Ratajkowski also. We're all having trouble with that now. I get it. Anyway, keep in mind on the show today, in addition to your Coachella tickets coming up in about an hour, whenever you hear Shohei with his walk-off home run from last night, call us up and we will get you a bobblehead. It will not be the Shohei bobblehead. We couldn't get him either. But we will get you a bobblehead at random as we give you head all morning long on KROQ. So anyway, is this the best idea we've had? No, definitely not.
I think it's one of the best.
That's right. The bar has been set very low.
It's not going to get us sued for once.
That's true.
Or will it?
Although, since the shades have had to be closed now for legal reasons and just general...
I just wanted to generate another note.
Humanity. Oh, there'll be a note today. Today will definitely be a note day. Anyway, this is the fully exposed version of the show. I don't know why people felt the need to want this, but this is...
It's what the people want, Klein, and they'll pay for it, too. We are Klein Alley's show. Yeah, that is the big news. Kevin Ryder back at KROQ. Lots of news picking up on it. You can hear him every afternoon, starting this afternoon again, 3 o'clock, and he'll have Coachella tickets for you. If you don't want to wait around until 5 to win those Coachella tickets, we got them for you coming up next hour with the return of Tone Deaf for Coachella. Let's find out what's happening in neighborhoods all over Southern California, including your very own. It's time to meet the neighbors.
Meet the neighbors. That's what you gotta do. Say hello, shake a hand, share a smile, and make a friend. Meet the neighbors. Their dog just crapped in your yard.
These are all people that have posted stuff on Nextdoor, neighborhood apps. Sometimes they go back old school Facebook. Sometimes it's Citizen if there's more crimes involved. I feel like each one of these apps that keep track of your neighbors leans a certain direction based on if it's something that's fun, like we're doing a bake sale, or if it's someone tried to break into my place or stole my plants.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the type of person you are. If you're someone who wants to be alarmed by crime, then you go to Citizen. If you want to just get recommendations for a handyman without going to Yelp, you go to Nextdoor.
This is a feel-good story from someone named Dove, who wants to say, hello, lovely neighbors. For whichever person put a book in the free library, you know, sometimes they'll put these things in people's yards. They look like birdhouses, and it's just a chance for you to put books you don't want anymore, and people can just take them and leave other books.
Yeah, it's like a free My Little Book Shop.
Right, whatever it is. Well, anyway, there's a very precious little card that was left inside of one of the books, and I feel like it's very special, and I'd like to get it back to the person who left this book. The daughter's name in the card is Millennia, and this is the card. Now, you would think someone's going through great efforts to track down someone because inside of this book was a greeting card. But if you read the card, Allie, it's written right there. It's a homemade birthday card.
It's just a happy birthday.
That just says happy birthday to the most flamboyant person in the world.
What?
A.K.A. Mom. So clearly it's a card written for someone's gay dad, right? I mean, let's be honest.
You have to call one of them Mom.
Right. So I get maybe they would be sentimental. Clearly someone just took that card, threw it in the book, forgot about it, and now they donated the book, and with it, so the person's trying to reunite the card lever with the person who left the book.
I mean, usually in those little libraries, there's just a bunch of like old computer manuals and stuff that nobody cares about. But to think that you could reach in there and take something and something's in there that's valuable, or maybe someone left money between the pages because they hid it, that's exciting. This is not exciting.
Not exciting. And usually you're right. It's like a place for people to get rid of catalogs and books that are pretty much waterlogged.
Yeah.
But they call it like it's a nice
or like
little...
highly outdated things from the 50s that are super sexist and racist.
There's a copy of Mein Kampf I found in one of those one time.
The 7-year-old girl's like, I'll take it. So I have a post from a woman named B. And this was posted a couple of days ago. Because Nextdoor is always where you go for the best April Fool's jokes.
Oh, no.
She posted a picture of this.
What is that, a kangaroo?
It's a kangaroo.
Oh, Jesus. Let me guess. I saw it walking down the street.
Urgent. Not sure if anyone else has seen this, but I spotted something behind Yerba Buena Elementary School early this morning. At first, I thought it was just a big dog, but it moved really strangely, almost like it was hopping. I swear it looked like a small kangaroo or a wallaby or something.
She really couldn't even just let the joke play out. She had to really...
It's long.
She really had to be like, I think it's a kangaroo. She should have at least, if she was good at the joke, just been like...
Not mentioned kangaroo in the post.
A weird dog.
Yeah, just say, I think I found a weird dog. Let someone else get into it.
It sounds crazy, but I managed to snap this quick photo before it darted into the brush.
So clearly that's
so
not
overridden.
California. It's like
Does
so
anyone
obvious
know
that's Australia.
if someone around here owns an exotic pet like that or a farm? Should I call animal control? And you should hear some of the even cringier jokes that are being made on the comments.
Jump to it.
Yeah, basically. Hold on. There's one that was so bad. Well, B, this is from another woman. You better put another shrimp on the Barbie and call Crocodile Dundee to come protect you.
Oh, God.
You guys are on a roll today. Love, Sue.
Did anyone take it seriously? Or
there were some people who were like, why would you not call animal control?
that I like the best. Because there's a couple idiots that are walking around being like, I think there was a kangaroo loose in the
my
neighborhood.
God, this does look like a kangaroo, and I believe it is imported. You should call animal control.
Man.
Poor baby. It might need help.
All right.
Meanwhile, David said, that's my lost dog, Jumpy. Please return him ASAP.
God damn the neighbors. They should all be banned. Every single one of these people should not have internet. They should lose the privilege of
That's
internet.
my dog, Jumpy.
We got to take a quick break. We'll get back in a second. When we return, the show will start to get damn good. It's a round of March Madness, an opportunity for you to take all of your hatred towards children. I get it. I got kids. Allie's got a kid. Omar's dad of the year. But some of us on the show are kidless. Vanessa is a kid, we're pretty sure.
Yep.
But what is something about children that you absolutely despise? And how can we determine once and for all who is the worst of the worst in the category, the bracket of badness that is March Badness kids?
Shout out to two honest kids.
There are so many types that deserve a spot, and yes, normally it would not be cool for adults to shame children, but in this particular case, it's okay. So we'll take your nominees now. We'll come back with the bracket of badness, March Badness. Also going to give away some tickets for you to go to FanFest, Universal Studios after this quick break.
KROQ. Guess who's back? What? Back again. Woohoo! Kevin's back.
Find that hard to believe.
Got no friends. Kevin's back. Kevin's back. Kevin's back. Kevin's back. Kevin's back.
spaghetti girl.
We've created a monster. Nobody listens to KROQ no more. They laid off everybody that was here. But if you want KROQ, this is what we'll give you. Mediocrity and Klein. When he was last here, ratings dropped fast, a lot quicker than my stocks. When he got locked out of KROQ's kitchen, guess what? Kevin's back. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Fix your bent to tuna, turn it up a little. You waited this long, never say never. Kevin's back and introducing the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We gave him a job, a new endeavor, but he ain't too smart and he ain't very clever. So the FCC just lets him be, cause they cannot understand what he's saying. They tried to shut him down, ha ha ha. We put Kevin back on the frequency. Well, we tried to reach out to Bean, but he wouldn't return our calls, you see, cause we're all bankrupt. Odyssey, and put Kevin back on the frequency. Well, we need a little controversy, so everybody just follow our lead and pretend you are kind of happy that Kevin's back on the frequency. KROQ, what did we do? What did we do? KROQ.
That song ended. That ended. So now we're going to talk. That's over. That is over. You dumbass.
Kevin Ryder's back. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on
KROQ.
fun of children is not usually accepted by society, but in this particular case, it's March Madness time, and so we are figuring out who's the worst of the worst. Bracket style, actual basketball happening on the court, but here at KROQ, we are figuring out who is the worst person in society, at least this year. And March Madness so far has taken us through the bracket of worst bathroom. Congratulations. Was it Beach Bathroom that won that bracket? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to look at the results.
Worst person on the plane. We figured out who's the worst type of dad, the worst person on social media, worst texter, worst roommate, worst coworker, and now we are entering today's bracket, which will give us, I believe, our 8th worst, so we can officially put together and post the bracket of badness.
Yeah.
We will determine who is the worst person of the year, and we're giving you a chance to nominate children, because even though children can be adorable, and every time you look at a friend's Instagram that recently had a kid, you go, oh, maybe I should do that too. Kids can also be terrible, and there are so many different types of terrible kids can be. So we will start internally, then we'll take your calls at 800-520-1067 for March Madness Worst Child Open Bracket right now. Allie, as a mom, go ahead and nominate.
Well, one thing that's been happening recently in my life where I think people can relate is the again kid. So you find something that the kid enjoys, and you do it. It's
terrible.
And then they go again, and you go,
Never
well,
enough.
all right. And then they go again, and you go, all right.
It's been 3 hours now. Enough with the agains.
I found out recently, well, we both discovered that I have a mouth guard that I sleep with at night that makes me look a little bit like Goofy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was Goofy one time for like 2 minutes, and now every single day when I get home, can you be Goofy? Again. Please be Goofy. I am now a method actor being Goofy in my home because he just can't quit it.
That is annoying because it will never stop, and they're never satiated, never satisfied, and they don't understand that now it's dark outside. Now it's tomorrow.
Yes.
Like, enough with the again.
Yes.
Carlos, go ahead. The brackets are open, looking for your nominees in the category of March Madness. Worst kid, who do you got for us?
Kids that make fun of people.
That can happen at any age, but it hurts different.
Yeah, it does. Do you think you're talking about kids that make fun knowing they're making fun, or kids that make fun but they don't know?
Kids that know they make fun.
Oh, well, yeah, that's different because those kids are kind of dicks. My kids.
I have an example here.
The guys at KROQ and the girls at KROQ are so stupid.
Well, that is something my kids did claim, that the guys and girls at KROQ are so stupid. But once again, if it's true, it's not making fun, right?
Yeah, but then, like, teenage boys can be particularly cruel to where they could just tell an adult, nobody likes you and you're a loser. And you're like, oh.
Right. My bedroom's bigger than your whole studio apartment, you loser.
I know.
And then you're like, oh, man,
wow.
that kid is kind of right.
Like, you drive a Honda?
My kids did go through a phase where they were calling everyone, not in a mean way, but just saying to anyone who was large, oh, they must have a baby inside of them.
Oh.
And that was tough because I had
Not in a mean way?
They weren't trying to be mean. They were saying like, "Oh my God,
too truthful."
You have a baby." And they were saying it to men and women because they didn't get it, but also just people that were incredibly large. They assumed, that's that came later. That came later.
When you endorse the behavior, they really expanded.
I said, "Don't say they're pregnant. Just say fat boy." Okay. All right, moving on. Let's say hi to Susie. It's open bracket nominees. Worst of the worst. Category is children. We've got 8 spots here to fill out. What do you got?
Kids that are so rude that they talk to adults like they're adults and they tell them what to do.
Yeah.
God, that is so true. I remember, and I think Sebastian Maniscalco has a whole bit about this, but I feel like when I was a kid, everyone that was an adult was a Mr. or Mrs. whatever their name was. And now, kids are like, dude, bro, like Klein, like zero respect.
Yeah.
And they think that they are equal.
I was at a stop sign, and then this guy in front of me wouldn't go. And I was waiting, and there was a group of, 12-year-old kids, boys, that were off to the side, and they were seeing it all happen. And then they yelled at me, and they were like, dude, honk at him.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't tell me what to do.
They called you a dude?
Honk at him eventually if he doesn't. And then I was like, if I honk, I'm giving in. It was like a total weird head game.
Welcome to March Madness. We're looking for the worst of the worst children out there. It's not normally okay to mock children as an adult, but in this particular case, we encourage it. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, it's the kids that are in the why phase. They're always just why.
Yeah,
why?
that is-
Everything is why, and they just will never
I know,
stop.
and it's really annoying because you can give them the answer, and yet then that will lead to another question. It will never stop. It's almost like the again, the why, and it should be adorable because they're curious, but at some point you just get beaten down. You're like, I just don't know why anymore.
And you're
Yeah, my
like,
kids-
go ahead, Omar.
So my kids are going through a phase where I just cannot stand is that they're constantly singing, but they sing at a pitch that is just ungodly. It's like so high and it's so piercing, and I can't believe they're not cracking glass every single time that I have to put my foot down and be like, all right, stop it.
I know, but you're like, I want to let them explore and just be kids and be themselves, but I also need sanity.
Yes, you can only take so much.
Bitch. Yeah, been that bitch. Still that bitch. I will forever be that bitch.
That's Omar's real life
That's my
children.
daughter.
That's right. She loves singing. All right, let's say hi to Adam on KROQ. Adam, we're looking for nominees. Worst of the Worst Children. We'll fill out the final bracket of badness, and then we will help determine once and for all who is the winner of March Badness 2025. What's up?
Yeah, it's the bad Silvertooth kid. Like, they survive on Pepsi Cola and Pop-Tarts, and they'll punch you in the balls.
That is a very specific type of child, but I hear what you're saying. That is their survival. There is I remember as a kid, I always hated the kid that I was jealous of because they had the best snacks because their parents gave 0 Fs, so they would.
Yeah, but the overly sugared kid who's only eating stuff like that is already driven mad a little bit by the
Dave?
amount of crap that they're consuming.
Welcome to KROQ. It's March Badness. What do you got
up,
for us?
guys?
Yeah, what's up?
This is when you have your adult parties, and you got this one parent that brings their kids. One has a coloring book and coloring pencils, but they don't use the coloring book, they use your walls.
Yeah, that's a good one. You know, I almost unfortunately don't really blame the kid for that. That's the parent really would be nominated as the parent that shows up to clearly the no kid event with kid. Allie would do that a lot at hotel bars where she would bring her
I
kid.
did that once, and it was family friendly.
No, you did it twice.
You did on at least 3 times.
Well,
I
the
know.
one you ran the marathon, and then the one where you ran into Santa Claus at the bar.
When I ran into Santa Claus.
Yeah, a drunken Santa Claus.
What about the one where you dropped the glass
Oh,
and kept
that's
having to
right.
move to a different table? 'Cause you
That
kept
was the same scenario
Oh,
that you're
and drop
bringing
your
up.
kid into the glass.
You dropped
I
the kid
didn't
in the
drop
shattered
my-
glass.
God damn it. That was a water glass. It wasn't even beer.
Let's say hi to Johnny. Johnny on KROQ. It's nominees. Worst of the worst. Children. It's March Badness. What do you got?
First off, shout out Netbangers. But
Shout out
mine is
Netbang.
the copycat.
Which one?
R.I.P. Val Kilmer.
Mine is the copycat kids. Those that see their siblings or their friends have something, and then they beg as if they need it, and then they don't end up using it or end up.
Dude, that is a really good
Great
one.
nominee. It's so
Yeah.
frustrating with siblings, too. I don't get why don't I get that? Why don't I get that? I want that.
And
I
you're
get
like,
that.
can you just chat? And you don't really want that thing anyway.
And then you finally go, all right, they would also want the chicken fingers. And then the things show up, and they're like, oh, I hate these.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell was that about?
714 wanted to nominate the kid who kicks your plane seat on purpose. And then 818 wanted to nominate the person or the kid who always wants a variety of foods, but then will take one bite of everything and not eat
That
any
is
whole thing. And then you're like, I don't know whether I should save this or whether I should throw it away. I guess I'll just eat it.
Jessica, we'll take 2 more of these nominees, and we'll get our bracket filled out so we can officially wrap up March Badness 2025. What's up, Jessica?
Yeah, my nominee is the real quiet, sneaky kid that, like, you think you're alone watching TV, you put all the kids to bed,
Yeah.
and then you turn around and your kid's just standing there watching Severance over your shoulder. And you're like, what the hell?
That is such a good one.
That's a great nominee. That weird, what the hell just
The
happened?
weird
there?
silent ghost
Yeah,
child.
where'd you come from? Huh? Well, that's a good, that's a
And they're always
freaky
just
one.
staring, and you're like,
so
what are
scary,
you, what?
too. You have like full-on adult conversation about like why you don't maybe separation's the right move for your family. The kid's just right there. How the hell did you get there?
You're like, say something, damn it. You're
All right.
supposed to be loud.
Curtis, we give you the final word here, and then we have to wrap this up. What do you got?
I got the final one. I think it's the best. It's the kid that destroys everything. He's destroyed all of his toys at his house, and then he comes over to your house and starts destroying all your kids' toys.
There are certain kids that is the only mode
wanna
they
see
know
things break.
is full destruction mode, and they will. And if you add up all of the things they have destroyed, it's fine when it's just toys because there's like only a limit to how much those are. But then when they start just take a Sharpie to your TV and you start doing the math on that, sometimes those kids become by far the most expensive kids because they've ruined so much good stuff. And it's unfortunate that
There's like something evil in them.
Yes, there's something evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a thing intact, and somebody bought it for me, or maybe it was somebody else's.
Guys, I wish we could continue with these nominees because there's some really strong ones here, but we must move on with the show because we have lots to get to, including Coachella tickets. Right now, though, caller 20. We'd love to send you to Universal Fan Fest. All you got to do is be caller 20 right now at 800-520-1067. Those tickets are yours next. Show. 310 said they're extra heated right now after that last segment because my kids broke my favorite recliner this morning before school even. So already the day starts. Just hope they get out of the house before they break stuff. In a moment, we're going to figure out what is the word with Vanessa.
What is the word?
She's constantly looking for the right word. She never knows what it is, and she got real stuck on something.
What is the word?
We'll get to that in just a moment, but right now, let's give you a gift. As if it's not enough, we brought back Kevin Ryder, your favorite, back in afternoons on KROQ. The great Kevin Ryder, formerly of Kevin and Bean, is now going to be taking you through your drive home, and he's got Coachella tickets for you at 5 o'clock today. We'll have some for you coming up in about 20 minutes, but right now, we are giving you 4 tickets to Universal Fan Fest. Step into the best sci-fi, fantasy, gaming, anime with the all-new Universal Fan Fest nights, an immersive after-hours event where you can live out your favorite fandoms like never before. One place, even every event night. Sorry about that. I don't know how to read. Select nights starting April 25th through March 18th. Only Universal
Kevin's
Studios
really
Hollywood.
rubbing off on you, huh?
That he is, I'm caught Kevin, man. Blackout dates and restrictions apply. More info at krock.com. And congratulations to caller 20, which means that Erica will get those tickets listening to us in Newport. Good morning, Erica, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
What's more exciting, four Fan Fest tickets or the return of Kevin Ryder on KROQ? Both great news, right?
FanFest better.
I don't know about that. I would disagree strongly. Based on all the press and media that's coming out, there is nothing better. Although this could be your new favorite thing right now. It's a brand new segment called What's the Word with Vanessa.
What is the word?
Now, Vanessa went on her Instagram. She doesn't even know we're doing this now.
But she doesn't even do that often.
She's not happy we're doing this either. But Vanessa, do you remember you posted a video about a week ago where you were trying to figure something out about shoes?
TikTok, where I try not to have a lot of followers.
Right. Well, you're doing,
you're doing
That's your goal?
That's her goal.
100%.
She will delete followers, and I can't figure out why.
The opposite of what you want.
Listen to this.
The way Steve Madden ads have been inflicted.
I know. Listen, she's going to say a lot of words here, and I don't think any of them are the words she's looking for. But she's on her TikTok, and she's specifically talking about Steve Madden ads.
The way Steve Madden ads have been inflicted. Mother effer. You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't.
No.
But if
you chose to post this?
She chose.
Yeah, because you know what? I wanted to, and no one's super strangers are seeing this.
I think
my friends.
I would follow you if I saw this.
Yeah, I would love it. If every day was just you trying to say something and don't know the word.
Have been inflicted. Mother effer. You know what I'm saying? Inflicted. I'm gonna try. The way Steve Madden ads, Vans ads, just shoe ads have been infantaried.
I'm going to follow you right now.
Infantary.
I don't know. She's getting further away from what I think the word is. Now, we're all going to take a guess as to what we believe the word is. But I thought I knew it, and now I'm even lost.
What is the word?
What is the word?
And then
Vanessa.
she's like, that's good. Post.
And I'm trying to be good and not online shop. Have you seen that girl that's like, let me influence you. If you want to buy something, go on a walk. What? So I'm going to go on a walk. The way Steve Madden.
I don't care that it's not perfect.
Okay. No, it's not perfect. It's not anything.
Coherent.
So I guess the question is, in this edition of What is the Word with Vanessa?
The way Steve Madden ads have been inflicted. Mother effer.
What do you think, Allie, is the word?
I think it would be infiltrating.
Infiltrating. You
That's
think
my
that's
guess.
the word? Okay, interesting. Omar, what do you think the word is?
I think she's trying to say inflicting. They're inflicting these ads upon you.
See, I think she's just trying to say influencer. Influencing. I think she's got to be saying influencing because later in the thing she mentions the influencer. So I think, but it's weird because she does know that word, so I can't quite figure out why she wouldn't have been able to get there. Jake the Nerd, what do you believe is the word?
The only thing I think of was infirmary, but that doesn't make any sense.
714 said it inflammatory.
Inflammatory is interesting.
I think maybe I heard incendiary too, but I don't think that makes sense.
In the case of what she's talking about, it would
None of those words make
it'd have to be
infiltrating.
The way Steve Madden ads have been inflicted. Mother effer. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying, total strangers.
The answer is we don't know what you're saying.
You guys know me.
Vanessa, now that we've all guessed what is the word, are any of us right?
Allie's right. I'm not going to say it, but Allie's right.
Well, what was it?
Infiltrating.
Yeah!
Allie, you got the word.
What do I get?
Infiltrating. You get to follow her on TikTok.
Woo!
That's crazy. That's the word you were going for, was infiltrating.
Yeah, and I knew the word, but it wasn't coming out of my brain. I'm like, I know people know what I'm saying. It's an
you
easy
caught
word.
Kevin too. Kevin Ryder.
Yeah, he's contagious.
We're all catching Kevin Ryder. Watch out, man. We got to get a vaccine or something ASAP.
Yeah.
Quick break. We're back in a second. We are getting closer and closer to your Coachella tickets. A chance for you to enjoy our tone-deaf singing coming up, and so much more after this quick break here on KROQ.
The world famous KROQ. Klein Alley Show. Klein Alley Show.
Inflictory.
Verdant.
So long I've been waiting, girl, you know I've been anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me wanna reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
I see the lightning, feel the thunder. Girl, it's time for us to go down under. I've got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories.
Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. I got a shoulder you can lean on.
When
Times get bad, don't be sad. Right here by your side. Yeah, yeah. True love's so hard to find.
When you get it, got to hold on tight.
I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories. Give me your love, give me your love, girl.
some head, getting some head. I was getting some head, getting some head.
You want one of those bobbleheads, not the Shohei Ohtani ones, because we couldn't get our hands on them, but now would be your cue to call us, and we'll give you a random bobblehead that we have in the KROQ offices. From my own personal collection, with a Sharpie, you can turn it into a Shohei bobblehead, and that will be up to you. Looking for you right now at 800-520-1067. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
How are your pickup lines? If you want to test them out and see their success rate, now you can thanks to AI. It's a new tool called Game. It's called the Game. It's a collab with OpenAI and Tinder, and here's how it works. You're presented with a crop of random AI-generated, conventionally attractive people.
Oh.
Those people are then placed in a scenario with you, and you have a certain amount of time to pick that person up and get them to go out with you. You can use your voice, and then the AI will respond with their voice. Some of the scenarios include a woman accidentally spilling wine on you, or both of you accidentally getting into the same cab. Whoopsie-doo. Meet cute, serendipitous. What do you do?
Huh. These are real-life hypotheticals, and then you get to react the way you would, and then the AI will tell you what your chances are of going home.
I'm always fascinated by pickup lines that people go to. Like,
Right.
regardless of the situation, this is my thing. There was another video that had gone viral earlier this week about some of the lame pickup lines that actually work. Like, hey, I love your smile, and I just had to come over. I would have been kicking myself if I didn't come over and say hi. That's a very overused pickup line, but it usually works.
He had a buddy that for years would tell people he was a beekeeper, and it was surprising because until the hipsters started really doing beekeeping, it worked great, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, you're just another weird Silver Lake beekeeper. That's enough. But for
Wait, why is being a beekeeper attractive to the ladies?
I don't think it was attractive, but I think it led to them asking It was an interesting
It's just
thing.
interesting enough
Like,
job.
like you're a beekeeper. What is that? Like,
How
it
do
was-
you even bring that up, though?
he would meet people out, and it would just.
Did you see that? Oh, by the way, I'm a beekeeper.
No,
You seen this weird hat I wear everywhere?
Eventually, he would go.
I love your smile.
He would
I'm a
show
beekeeper.
I have a bunch of smoke in this can. You know why? I'm a beekeeper.
He would show up in the costume. He'd wear the costume.
Like
to
the
bar.
hat, it's because I'm a beekeeper.
I saw it happen with my own eyes. I couldn't believe all the
You
times
have honey
it
there, huh?
would work.
You know what I do?
Hey, can't knock it. Guy was successful as a beekeeper for a long time.
That's so funny that it turned on him eventually.
Eventually it turned on him.
Now the weird job is not a weird job.
Yeah,
It's just
because
lame.
For a while, he would say, I'm a beekeeper, and they'd be like, oh my God, that's so fascinating. Like, do you get stung a lot? You know, next thing you know, you're having a conversation. But then after, circa 2011 on, everyone would be like, oh my God, I know so many beekeepers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm also a beekeeper. And then he was screwed because
Because he didn't know a lot about beekeeping.
He knew nothing about it. He knew zero.
So how long would that go for then?
Enough that all it is about starting a conversation where the person can determine you're not a total weirdo and you're probably not going to murder them, and then you're on to something else.
And then you're like, by the way, I quit beekeeping. I'm a radio host.
Yeah. It wasn't my line. I never used it. He used it.
Klein, we should be giving you credit. I admit it. When
Thank you.
we made fun of you a while back about your claim that you single-handedly brought back the $5 footlong at Subway.
I did.
And they had brought back a cheaper footlong that was more than $5, so technically you were not correct then. But now they are actually bringing back the $5
Come on.
footlong.
Are you serious?
Except it's nachos, not a sandwich.
Oh.
This is their collab with Doritos and the latest
Subway is
edition.
doing this?
Yeah, their latest collaboration and the latest addition to their budget-friendly sidekick menu. For $5, you get nacho cheese-flavored Doritos, a foot of them, covered in cheddar cheese, jalapenos, tomatoes, red onions, and drizzled with chipotle sauce. But listen to this. If you want to make it more filling, here are your options. You can add chicken or steak at no extra charge.
Really?
Or a scoop of avocado at an extra charge.
Of course. That's the new high-ticket item now.
Wait a minute. The avocado's in charge and the meat's not?
I
Yes,
know.
that's how it's
I'm like,
become.
what world are we living in here?
Meat is free. It's complete. It's gone ass backwards. But I would say
So look, I can't eat it.
the point I
Oh,
made.
no.
Poor
Sad
Jake.
Jake.
That's why that's probably what Subway was waiting for. They were probably waiting for Jake to finally not be hungry.
They're like, Jake will love this. They're in the idea room.
Put them out of business.
We gotta wait till Jake can't eat. Then we'll launch the all-you-can-eat meat nachos.
All right, for a short time, a drunk college kid had the real Paddington Bear statue sitting in his living room, and he felt like he had won at life. Now he and his friend are in jail. But I think a lot of people would still say it was worth it. About a month ago, two 22-year-old heavily intoxicated men got the idea to steal a statue of Paddington Bear eating a marmalade sandwich on a park bench in Newbury, England. And it was probably hilarious at the time. They stole it, they vandalized it, they brought it back to where they work, which is the British Air Force, by the way. And then they brought him back to the base, and they were eventually arrested. And then when they were arrested, Paddington had to go with them in the cop car back to the police station, and eventually was returned to his bench, all while still eating that same marmalade sandwich.
Beautiful picture. You can see them in the back of the cop car with Paddington. Couldn't be
so cute.
So adorable.
But wouldn't that be something you would do if you were drunk?
Of course.
Well, I mean, you stole all kinds of like street signs and random crap, right?
I woke up one day with a Ruby Tuesdays rug from the restaurant in my dorm room. The full rug. So that was the good
I
times.
stole one
right
of those
there.
like 10-foot Hooters banners one time.
Yeah,
But these guys had so much determination because it was so difficult, and they kept going and going. Like I would have given up if it didn't like pop up right away.
Totally,
But
yeah.
these
You had
guys
to like
kept going.
chisel away at that
It's
thing.
crazy.
What a crime. Let them keep
But
it. I
he's
say.
eating a marmalade sandwich.
Oh,
Keep digging.
no. She's doing it, guys.
Hello?
No.
Paddington,
There's
why
people-
won't you come off the bench?
People that are back to KROQ for the first time in
Guys.
a while because of Kevin's return, and now you're doing this.
This is what I'm known for.
Yeah, it makes some noises.
I'm known for my voices.
Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Elena, good morning. Welcome to KROQ. How goes it?
Oh my goodness. Good morning. How are you guys?
Doing fine. Why are you calling?
I don't know. I called for bobblehead.
Yeah, that's right. Giving you head all morning long. We do not have the Shohei Ohtani bobbleheads that people were waiting hours for yesterday at the Dodgers game where he hit the walk-off home run. But we are giving you random bobbleheads from the back office at KROQ. And who knows what you'll get. Could be a different athlete. Could be a cast member of The Office. Could be the Danny DeVito bobblehead we have back there from Always Sunny. Regardless, a bobblehead is coming your way. Hold on, all right?
Beautiful. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
keep listening for the sounds of the Shohei home run, walk-off home run from yesterday. We'll give away more bobbleheads before we leave here this morning. Everyone wants their bobbleheads these days. This hour on the show, Coachella tickets. That's probably what you really want. We'll give those to you at some point with the return of Tone Deaf for Coachella. Vanessa and I were both tasked with singing some of the songs from the Coachella artists that will be taking to Palm Springs in Indio, California within a week's time. A few weeks actually away from Coachella. We get you into weekend one with 3-day passes.
See, I've just been biding my time waiting for this moment to hear some of the songs that you guys have come up with this time. Coachella headliners, hits, huge hits that
Not-
people are going to be wasted and on shrooms and enjoying the hell out of.
Not excited, I will say that much. Here's a tease.
That is problematic.
Well, that is coming up.
I already have that pulled.
You better not. You better not. That'll be coming up this hour on the show. If you need us, the numbers to join, 800-520-1067. You can call, you can text. Thanks for coming back to KROQ. Boy, do we miss you. I'm Klein. There's Allie.
Hi.
This is Klein Alley Show on KROQ. Coachella. The number is 800-520-1067. Tickets for you this hour and again at 5 o'clock with the return of the great Kevin Ryder here on KROQ. That we have coming up. If you are listening to KROQ right now, it's good to have you. If you're watching, we're also on YouTube these days, so you can watch along as the show usually evolves or devolves before your very eyes. Just go to KROQ's YouTube, getting closer and closer to that 100,000 followers. Subscribers, thank you in advance for doing that. Once we hit 100K, it'll be a big raging party. You'll all be invited, I'm sure.
I think we're still trying to find our good angles on this stream, but glad you're here anyway.
Yeah. Sit around and look at us for the bad angles. And eventually, one of these days, they will figure out a way to get the lighting just dim enough that we look somehow easy enough on the eyes.
They just take it down a shade every day.
Are we doing the thing tomorrow on YouTube or no? Lawyers got involved and shut it down?
We need to discuss.
There's an update on the nipple thing. An update and also an update on the lawyer thing. And, well, there's about 4 updates involving the nipple thing. But the plan is to pierce the nipple tomorrow on the show. That is the plan. But
awesome.
We need to have another conversation with
If it goes down, I'll represent us in the court.
Yeah, lawyer Jake is here to help us.
But right now we move to a different part of the body because it's time for a roundup of all things butt stuff.
It must be a special occasion. Oh yeah, it's time for butt stuff.
So much news involving butts, and we start with this.
Well, a man has been arrested after he tried to smuggle meth by hiding it in a very private area of his body. That's according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
Now, when you think about the smuggling, obviously everyone knows that the butt is kind of nature's wallet, especially if you're a guy and you don't have lady parts, right? But the butt is the obvious place that they would look if you're smuggling. So it makes me think that that's a terrible place to smuggle because when in doubt, if they smell meth on you, they're going to look in the butt first.
CBP says a drug-sniffing dog searched the man and alerted officers of a possible drugs. After a pat-down, officers allegedly found 2 concealed packages of meth. The man is facing charges of importation of a controlled substance.
Right there in the old butt.
Especially when a dog goes up to you. You know how there's dogs that will just randomly go up to you and put their nose in your genitals?
Yes.
And you're like, dude, what? And it's so embarrassing.
That's kind of a compliment, I think, but okay.
Really? So
Sure.
you think they're drawn to your
Yeah, I think so. I take it as a compliment.
genital smell?
Yeah.
But in this case, the dog was working.
Right. And he was right, by the way. He was absolutely right.
And I feel like smuggling in the butt is now all risk, less reward.
Yes.
Because it's hard to get stuff up there.
Did you guys see a couple of weeks ago, this guy eventually got busted, but he had one of those toupees that was sewn into his scalp. But before he sewed it onto his scalp, he put a bunch of packs of meth or cocaine or something in there.
And then they had to cut his toupee off. And
Yeah,
he
they
had
had
a
to cut
bunch
it off.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort on that guy. I mean, yes, it sucks. At the end of the whole thing, he's got no drugs and he's a bald loser. But before that, I mean, it's like usually...
What's more embarrassing?
I don't know. I think, well, the toupee
You're
is...
bald.
Ew. No wonder you need all these drugs.
Moving on, it's more butt stuff to share with you.
Just hours after getting home from the hospital, the man who lives at this house on Park Avenue in Franklin gets an unexpected 3 a.m. visit.
Somebody broke in my back door.
And it's not long before the intruder gets a painful warning.
I got a shot off as he was coming right towards me.
A single bullet hits Jeffrey Carl in his backside.
Right in the butt. And it turns out that a lot of times, when we get people send us butt stuff all the time to include in the segment, but the amount of people that are accidentally or on purpose getting shot in the butt is a crazy, because I think that's the best place to shoot someone or get shot where it's not probably going to lead to life-threatening injuries.
Oh, no, it's like 99% fat.
Right.
But also, I was not expecting backdoor shot. Like, this story starts in the back door.
Of course.
But the homeowner might not have realized it because his family says he's partially blind.
So the guy that shot him in the butt, but didn't even know he shot him in the butt because he can't really see.
I fired a shot off. I don't know if he hit him or not.
After getting shot, the intruder takes off running. He's bleeding, and police are able to follow a trail of blood all the way down this alleyway to a backyard shed around the corner.
More backyard stuff.
You got
Backdoor, backyard,
back,
and bum.
All of it.
That shed is owned by Joe Lewis, who just happens to be a good friend of Carl's.
I knew him for quite a while. My reaction was, damn, somebody shot that boy in the
Right?
Oh, my God.
Isn't
Is this
that
an
what-
old person secret we've stumbled into?
Isn't that what we're all thinking right now?
I
This is
don't-
the owner of the shed, Allie.
My reaction was, damn, somebody shot that boy in the
Damn, somebody shot that boy in the...
ass, I think is what
Yeah,
he said.
yeah, yeah.
Somebody shot the boy in the ass.
Wait, so is the suspect the one who's blind?
We're not sure. I don't think anyone at this point knows. No, I believe the guy that shot was the blind guy. And
So he was trying to rob somebody's house with a gun blind?
no, he just got back from the hospital, and another guy was robbing him,
Oh,
and
and
he's
he shot
blind,
the
so he
robber.
shot the robber in
Oh,
the butt.
got
Carl was no stranger to the victim either, describing him to police as an uncle pretty much.
Hey,
just like Joey.
Uncle Joey from Full House.
He's
In
an
fact,
uncle
he
pretty
tells
much.
police the only reason he broke into this home is because he thought the victim would still be in the hospital.
He ain't a dangerous person. He just got issues,
Right?
He's just got issues.
like all of us do.
Those issues include a history of weapons and drug charges. Before he was shot, the victim's family says he stole weapons and music equipment.
Oh, cool. Rock and roll.
He's probably so talented.
That guy's cool.
Give it to
I
him.
never expected that. Because he's never touched nothing here. Ever. We got $1,000 sticks in there.
This guy sounds like he got shot in the mouth.
Well, he
Yeah,
does live in a shed. I think
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Jake lives in a shed. Don't make fun of shed livers.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Jake.
And you can question any guy in a shed. They're going, oh, I don't judge.
Yeah.
I only talk like that in my shed.
Yeah, you have to.
As soon as you get in there, well, I'm home now.
It's the local vernacular.
And Lewis hopes his friend has learned an equally huge lesson.
I'm hoping he get it right. Hoping he get his life right.
In Franklin, Luke Jones, Local 12 News.
All right, well, there you have it. Just a roundup of some butt stuff going on in the world. As you know, we like to bring you butt stuff when butt stuff breaks. You get it right here on KROQ. In a moment.
I call it shed talking.
Thank you, Jake.
You're living in a shed. dog.
Usually,
Not a
Jake
big
gets all
deal.
mad when we call his shed because he technically lives in a shack.
Now
So-
he's owning the shed.
But when we call it a shed, he usually defends it and goes, "It's not a shed, it's a shack."
Yeah, because it's not for tools, it's for people.
Right. So, do you live in a shed or a shack, Jake?
I live in the Jake shack, but it has a shed adjoining the shack.
Wait, so you live in a
That's
shed?
shed talk.
Wait, is there a shed that's attached to your shack?
Yeah.
So their tool shed has a shack attached to it, and that's where you live?
Uh-huh.
In their backyard.
Yeah.
So your neighbors hammers and saws.
All sorts of, useful items.
Evening, neighbor. It's just a hose. Wow. So, yeah, your neighbor is just a bunch of tools.
Yeah, man. Silent. Good.
Yeah.
Good neighbor.
That's interesting. And, like, dead bodies and stuff.
All right.
Cool.
I can't make this stuff up, guys.
This has been shit talking.
Yeah.
All right. We're not calling it. We're not
But I don't judge
we're
because
not-
I live in
we're
a
not-
shed.
Not calling the segment shed talking. Okay.
We are now.
No, we're not. If you'd like to go to Coachella and you're still putting up with us, it's the very least we can do.
Omar, make a new intro.
No, we're not making a shed talk intro. 800-520-1067. You have to listen to Vanessa and I attempt to sing some songs from headliners at Coachella, figure out what songs we're doing, and you could get yourself tickets to weekend one of Coachella. We do that after this very quick break here. Back with you and your tickets next at 800-520-1067. But first, this breaking KROQ news.
KROQ. Guess who's back? What? Back again. Woohoo! Kevin's back. Find that hard to believe. Got no friends. Kevin's back. 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 KROQ. Wow, 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 wow. KROQ. Wow, 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 wow.
She's a spaghetti girl. We've created a monster. Nobody listens to KROQ no more. They laid off everybody that was here. But if you want KROQ, this is what we'll give you. Mediocrity and Klein. When he was last here, ratings dropped fast, a lot quicker than my stocks. When he got locked out of KROQ's kitchen, guess what? Kevin's back. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Fix your bent to Tana tuna, turn it up a little. You waited this long, never say never. Kevin's back and introducing the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We gave him a job, a new endeavor, but he ain't too smart and he ain't very clever. So the FCC just lets him be, cause they cannot understand what he's saying. They tried to shut him down, ha 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 he. We put Kevin back on the frequency. Well, we tried to reach out to Bean, but he wouldn't return our calls, you see, cause we're all bankrupt. Odyssey, and put Kevin back on the frequency. Well, we need a little controversy, so everybody just follow our lead and pretend you are kind of happy that Kevin's back on the frequency. KROQ, what did we do? What did we do? KROQ.
That song ended. That ended. So now we're going to talk. That's over. That is over. You dumbass.
Kevin Ryder's back. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on
KROQ.
Allie has been taking heat for a while because her wife is very friendly and social. And there have been quite a few things that have come up on this radio show over the years that some of them that I witnessed, like the time we went to Beach Life Festival and she was hitting on that bartender.
Got her number, and then ended up watching Alanis with her on her shoulders or something. I believe it was Sheryl Crow.
Sheryl Crow, whatever. One of the most.
Why do you say that like you're proud of your wife? Got her number.
She is proud of her.
Because my wife loves me, and she is a very unique person that people want to talk to and want to know. And I'm proud of that about my wife. Yes, there are times where if she's just drinking with my friend and they happen to be topless, I have questions. But overall, I think she is an incredibly loyal, special person, and that's why people flock to her. That's why she's the Riz Master, as Johnny would call her.
Right, but there's also
you know, a lot of those people, like, I don't know who that yoga guy is who had that brothel of women. I forget his name, but... Bikram, yeah, that guy, had the same quality. Everybody wanted to get to know him, and look how that dude turned out.
And that's kind of what my wife is doing. She does Bikram yoga.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
she practices his...
She's a new Bikram.
And she stays late with the yoga teacher. And
she
they
does
do
private lessons,
privates.
Yes, and she has
private lessons and private parts they do.
Well, also the owner was kind of massaging her with THC oil one day, which was not a part of what she paid for whatsoever. And none of that's ever happened to me. But what happened the other day is my wife works from home. She's a therapist. I went into...
And she uses that voodoo on you, so whenever you confront her with one of these things, and there's a lot of things we just brought up.
This is triggering for you and you're projecting. What's really going on?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. I'll just go make dinner.
She does some weird Yoda stuff, and next thing you know, Allie's like apologizing and cooking. It's like crazy. I don't know how she does it, but I got to start getting into this therapy thing on the other side, because you learned some weird hypnotism or something.
So I went into the room to grab something, and I noticed her computer is set up where she works, and sitting to the side of her computer is her wedding ring. Both the wedding ring and the wedding band. And I'm going, wow, she just finished with a client. She obviously took the wedding ring off for the session for some reason. Why would she have her wedding ring off? Wouldn't you ask questions if your wife took her wedding ring off at all? I know some people take it off if they have construction jobs or whatever. Maybe there's some reason why they don't have it at work or whatever. My wife is not one of those people. She's literally sitting in a chair. Why would she be taking off her wedding ring for any reason?
Well,
I would not even notice if
really?
my wife wasn't wearing it. Yeah, I would not
guys
notice.
don't notice.
I feel the same about wedding rings that I do about manicures. Never noticed one ever. They get done all the time. I wouldn't notice if my wife came home missing all of her fingers. Wouldn't notice. Wouldn't notice.
As long as her mouth worked.
And she says, and she'll say to me things like, "Did you notice I got
fingers?
I got a manicure today," and I'll say, "Nope, didn't even know you had hands."
So would it bother you though if you did notice?
I
It
don't
would
actually
definitely
know.
bother you.
I don't even really know if she wears the wedding ring or not wear the. I think it's all about if it goes with the outfit or something.
What?
Yeah, I don't think. Sometimes I think she has other rings on that aren't mine. Maybe she's married to other people. I don't know about.
That doesn't bother you? That then she's walking around and people don't know she's married?
Listen, I know. I don't. First of all, I don't think wearing a wedding ring or not wearing a wedding ring matters at all anymore, because I think that sometimes people wear fake ones so they think they'll get hit on less, and I just don't think people care. I don't think anyone respects the ring regardless.
No, I think they do. I think you're wrong.
I agree.
You think people now?
Oh, yeah, dude. I've been in situations where I've been in, talking or whatever, and then they notice the ring, and then they back off.
Yeah, women notice. Guys don't notice.
Yeah, I don't think
guys don't care.
Maybe that's what it is. Guys don't care.
Girls care.
Right. They say, like, hey, is that wedding ring real? And then...
So I decided to ask her about it because you guys are always in my head now about this stuff. And I just wanted to know what you think about her response, because she gave a few different reasons of why she didn't have it on.
Okay, this is what Allie's wife said.
I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern.
Okay, well, she sounds like it's been a long road, huh?
This is a dangerous concentration, and that's a dangerous concentration of power.
Okay, that's President Biden. Excuse me.
Thank you so
well
much.
Said. Hold on, I got to find this clip. What's this clip called from your wife? I'm trying to find it here.
Here I can.
Is it? Oh, it's cheating wife. Here we go.
No, it's called
cheating bitch.
I've got it. Right.
Allie's gonna listen. This is Allie confronting her wife here.
I wanted to ask you because I noticed something yesterday. I wanted to ask you because I noticed something the other day.
What is all that noise? What are you wearing? Corduroys? You eating something?
I don't know. We're in the kitchen. There's a lot going on.
Is that Vanessa eating another piece of meat?
As soon as I get home, I put a lot of things in my
Sounds
mouth.
very loud. Yeah, go ahead. You want to ask her
I
something?
walked into the guest room after you were finished with a client, and I noticed that your wedding ring was off and it was on the table.
What the hell?
She
wait.
She
She
just
just literally just laughed in your face. What the?
What a great... I mean, I'll tell you.
Come on.
You caught me.
Get back to chopping.
I noticed you were having sex with another person in front of me.
All right.
She didn't really validate. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Validate?
She's about to respond.
Well, her
Not
first response
validate,
was
but-
cackling in your face.
That was play that back.
Yeah, I mean, that is wild.
Okay.
You confront her. You. I mean, it's a fair question. Why take it off?
I walked into the guest room after you were finished with a client, and I noticed that your wedding ring was off and it was on. Oh, go away, you silly bitch. The table.
Yeah, because I was cleaning it. I
While
made
you
sure.
were working?
No, I cleaned it. I don't know when I took it. I was cleaning it during one of Wesley's baths.
Already weird, right?
Story's getting...
What? That does not make sense.
Her story has already changed.
Cleaning the table. I thought you said
By the
she's...
way, don't you just let it soak or some BS
She
like that?
said she was cleaning her ring, and that's why she took it off. But I'm like, while you were in a session, you were cleaning it? And then she goes, no, it was at a different time, and I just happened to put it there. And I'm like, what?
I might have taken it off during work and then cleaned it while he was having a bath, and then before the fires.
She's a terrible liar. Terrible liar. Wow, this is crazy.
Okay.
She's bringing up the fires now.
Allie, does this not concern you?
Well, it gets more concerning later.
Happened.
What?
I made sure to put them back on my finger. Both of them were off.
Right, because that would be the first thing that you make sure you put back on.
Put your phone away.
I'm just saying that it was sitting there as if maybe you have a client that,
Oh, no.
that you don't want to know is married, and then you take it off when you have their sessions. And
No, I think I have done that before, though.
Oh, man.
What?
Jesus.
Oh my God!
Wait
no
a
way!
minute. Hold on. So your biggest fear is that she's got certain clients that maybe she doesn't want. She likes
no,
to,
she's married
She likes
for
to
some
play
reason.
single for whatever reason.
For whatever reason. And then she's like, but I have done that.
Yeah.
And
oh.
I'm like, what?
It's a great idea. I thought of it years
This is
ago.
your
This is
opportunity
the
to
Jedi.
walk away.
She's setting it up for the Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, I hear it. You're
This is the setup.
You're absolutely right. There's like that weird thing
You
that's...
openly admit to it. You can't be held accountable. But you're telling
What
the
am I
truth.
supposed to do with this?
She's great at this.
She really is great at it, Allie. And it is crazy because all of a sudden, I don't even know whose side I'm on anymore now.
Right.
It's genius. That's unbelievable.
Cheating from faraway lands.
I mean,
she
she-
has never been caught because she tells
So
people.
first she laughs, then she says, no,
a
no.
weird cleaning excuse.
Right, I was cleaning something or other. And then it was, no, but I do that also, yes.
When you have their sessions. And
No, I think I have done that before, though.
Well, why? Why? Why would you do that?
Because when I first started working, I didn't want anyone to know anything about me.
So you would take your wedding ring off on every session?
Or like for my day at work.
Hmm.
It didn't last very long.
You hear Allie's brain break there. That's awesome.
She's good, man. She's really good.
I may have not done it.
So my wedding ring that I got you is your most prized possession?
Honey, I made
And
sure
you're cleaning
I
it?
almost got up during a session to put it on my finger because I
wasn't getting anywhere with this client.
Almost is not doing it.
Yeah, no
this
kidding.
is wild. Damn, she's good, man. She's damn good.
Wow.
Incredible.
over here.
You should feel naked without it.
I did. Yes.
That's why it was hot.
Yes.
Well,
get out of here,
You feel better? You confronted her now, or worse?
I don't know what should I feel? Is everyone just confused at this point? Because I am.
She's doing sessions feeling naked.
Allie, this is exactly how cheating dudes react, according to the text line.
They laugh.
How can you trust? This is insane. These are not the affairs you're looking for. since listening to these songs that were recorded yesterday for Tone Deaf for Coachella, I realize it's just easier to buy tickets. At this point, it's just easier to just go buy tickets, even if you have to pay more than they would be face value. Because to win them from us at KROQ, which, of course, the incentive for us is you listen, you interact with the show, you leave here with a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You're at Coachella, courtesy of your friends here at KROQ, Klein Alley Show. That's great. But after hearing these versions of songs, they are done so badly that the artists that are going to be performing these real songs in the desert at Coachella, this could actually have the power to ruin some of your favorite songs. I'm just warning you.
Do you think this is ruining a classic song?
I'm that bitch. Yeah, been that bitch. Still that bitch. I will forever be that bitch.
You know, the problem is that Vanessa is not great with tone. I also suffer from the tone deaf, which is why if I'm ever at a concert and you see me there, you'll never see me singing along. I respect the people around me too much to ever try to belt out the lyrics of the songs to compete with the lead singer on stage. When Billy Joe's up there singing Green Day at Coachella, I'm not going to be trying to outsing Billy Joe.
Yeah, you're just there bobbing your head off beat.
That's right. That's right. Off to the side. No, not in anyone's way. Don't you worry about me. It's time for Tone Deaf for Coachella. Everybody who's able to correctly predict the songs that are being performed by Vanessa or myself, Allie's going to write your name down, and one of you will leave here with actual tickets to Coachella. Unless no one gets theirs right, in which case you'll just be lucky enough to be a caller 20 situation. So here we go. Let's say hi to Kaya from Echo Park. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for being here on KROQ. Thank you for starting your day with us. Let's give you just a sampling. There's a lot of bands, a lot of groups, a lot of artists that will be at Coachella. We've attempted to do our best versions of these songs.
And some of them, to be fair, even though you're tone deaf, they don't even have notes in them. They're just rapping.
Right. So just
and you
don't
still can't really
judge us accordingly. All right. Here's the first one. If you're able to figure out what song this is, or better yet, which artist this is that will be at Coachella.
We need both song and artist.
Song and artist. All right.
sure.
Here we go. Kayla, you're up on the clock first. Here we go. My baby want a Birkin. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries. The list goes on and on. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. Oh, one. That's enough, I think.
Oh, one.
That's enough.
That's so much of the song and still so unclear.
That is an artist that will be at Coachella. Any idea who that artist is and what that song is?
Oh my God, Shabuzi.
And the song is called?
Bar song?
Into the 2, to the 3, to the 4. Tell them, bring another round. We need plenty more. 2-stepping on the table. She don't need a dance floor. Oh good Lord.
My baby born a bird.
That sounds the same to me. You got it. Similar.
Not at all.
Very similar.
List goes on and on. It's 9 to 5
ain't working.
How the hell do I work so hard?
She got it right. Good job.
You know what's crazy is I've heard that song so many times, and I know exactly the part you're singing, and I still couldn't figure it out.
All right, well, I think they sounded the same, right, Kaya?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Thank you. Hold on 1 second. She's a step closer to Coachella tickets. My baby want a Birkin. All right. Thank you.
A Birkin.
Let's say hi.
Sounds so like perverted.
It's trying to
I
do.
know one guy turned on by a Birkin.
Yeah.
Trying to do country.
So weird.
Jake, good morning. Welcome to Tone Deaf for Coachella. You ready to win your way in?
Good morning. I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. If you can identify the song and the artist that will be at Coachella based on a version I've done or Vanessa's done, you could potentially be at Coachella. Here we go.
Change my pitch up. Smash my bitch up. Dude.
I wish we could change her pitch up for sure. Hold on.
We can pitch it down probably.
Change my pitch up. Smash my bitch up. Smash my bitch up. Smash my bitch up. I don't do the instruments.
All right. So
good.
Jake, any guesses as to which Coachella artist and what song that is?
Oh, God. That is something I've never heard before.
Yeah,
Wow, really?
I know.
Even the lyrics you should get.
I mean, yes, but it's so different from the original that I could understand why that would be tricky. So, Jake, you're going to hang up on yourself?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is what she was attempting to do. Prodigy right there.
Change my pitch up. Smash my bitch up.
Kind of the same.
The same fervor, the same out of 10.
Same words.
Only one person has gotten theirs right so far, and
Means we just have to do a bunch more.
the listener. And I don't think we're out of time.
No, we're not.
So let's bring on Kevin Ryder. Goodbye. All right, we move on and say hello to contestant number 3 from the 310. Welcome to your chance to go to Coachella. You've come this close. Tickets, 3-day tickets, weekend one. It's a song that you should know. At least I hope you'll know. Take a listen and let's see how you do with this. Is this Kaylee?
Yep.
Good morning. Are you ready to go?
I hope so.
All right. This is a Coachella artist, headliner even. Here we go.
Twiddle my thumbs or just a bit. I'm sick of all the same old S in a house with unlocked doors, and I'm effing lazy. Bite my lips and close my eyes. Take me away to paradise. I'm so damn bored, I'm going blind, and I smell like ass.
All right. That is a, believe it or not, a Coachella headliner as
That sounds
performed
so sad.
by Vanessa. Yeah, that song, I didn't realize was such a sad song
I
until hearing it
know.
that way. What song, which band is that?
That is Longview by Green Day.
Nice job. Same.
Good job. Good job, Kaylee. All right, that's Kaylee. Kaylee got hers right as well. Green Day will be at Coachella, and hopefully you'll be there, which means 2 people have gotten theirs right. We go to Anaheim and say hi to Michael right now. Tone Deaf for Coachella. Good morning, Michael.
Woo! Morning.
Here we go. You are on the clock. Don't screw this up. This could be your whole future. Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it, never reverse it. Ting na 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 na. If you got a big, let me search you to find how hard I'm gonna work you. Ting na 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 na. Na 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 na. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. You got a little shabuzi back in there.
Yeah.
Michael, any idea who that was?
That's got to be a rendition of Work It by Missy Elliott.
There you go.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Were you even trying?
Is that a joke, Omar? Was I trying? Yeah, I was trying. I was doing it perfect.
Oh, my God.
Search it to find out how hard I gotta work.
All right, Michael, good job. Hold on.
That part definitely doesn't sound like a shana-na-na-na or whatever you did.
Allie, honestly, is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it, then reverse it. Ting na 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 na. That is almost the same thing. It's like a beat match almost.
Shama now.
All right, so 3 have gotten theirs right. We'll give one more person a chance here.
You don't have to sound so upset that we're doing this.
Well, I don't like it. It's once again. This
Yesterday, Klein, by the way, was like, well, we shouldn't even do that.
Guys.
We're doing all this commercial stuff and tone deaf. It doesn't even make sense.
I know,
I'm like,
it
what are you
doesn't even
doing?
make sense anymore. I'm like, since when did we care about making sense?
It made sense when we were giving away Deftones tickets a month ago because we did Tone Deaf for Deftones.
I
And
know,
now
but when it's funny, it doesn't have to make sense.
it's not funny.
Yes,
This
it
makes
is.
sense.
Shut up. Come on.
You have to be able to appreciate this in some way.
Alex, come on.
Alex, come on, you're up, girl.
Omar, you're not allowed to use this. Come on. Oh, God.
And that is going to be my new favorite drop.
Alex,
come on. I just feel like picture Klein shaking his hips every
Shut
time.
up. Alex, are you there?
I'm here.
All right.
I
Please.
can't stop laughing.
All right.
but I'm here.
All right. Please make this one of the Vanessa ones, for the love of Christ. This is
There's so many more of you. Play the clip. Come on.
This is another tone deaf. These will all be at Coachella. I bet you all these artists are canceling now. Here we go. I wanna roll with him, a hard pit like we be. A little gambling is fun, I'll see you with me. Russian roulette is not the same without a gun. And baby, when it's love, it's not enough, I want a fun. Oh, ooh, oh, 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 ooh, oh, 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 I let you hot, show him what I got.
Oh, I love it.
Come on. Alex, any idea what song and artist that is?
That is Lady Gaga.
There
for
you
sure.
go. What song?
Ooh, I don't know the song.
Oh, so
Klein,
close.
you want to sing the hook?
I can't sing the hook because that would be too
Come
obvious.
on, Pup.
I wanna roll with him, a hot pair we will be.
Same.
A little gambling is fun when you're with me.
I love it.
Russian roulette is not the same without a gun. And baby, when it's love, if it's not love, it isn't
Enough of
fun.
this. Oh. Pop, 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 pop.
I'll get him hot, show him what I got.
She takes a long time to get to it. It's like blah, blah, lady. Lady, blah, blah, they should call it. Right?
Come on, Klein.
Yeah, congratulations. That Coachella is going to be fun. All right, Allie, I wish we could. I'm going to play this next one anyway, but you have to pick from the people that have already gotten through. I mean, what the hell?
Okay.
Hold on. I'll give one more person a chance. I got one more with Vanessa here, I think. I hope this isn't another one of mine, for the love of Christ.
I think that's the end of your road.
Oh, thank God. Here, is this the Vanessa one? Hold on. Here it is. You know what? Let's just call it a day.
I got it.
Oh, you do? Great. All right. Let me get the next contestant on. Tony palmed. Here we go. Tony, here you go. Listen closely. Here it is, Tony.
All right, here we go.
I'm that bitch. Yeah, been that bitch. Still that bitch. I will forever be that bitch. Forever be that bitch. Yeah.
All right, you know who that is?
What a
Tony.
potty mouth.
Tony, that is someone that will be at Coachella.
Oh, my God. I'm going to say that's BN Timbaland. I'm that bitch.
No,
that is not right.
That's not correct.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Well,
Vanessa sings a lot of this one.
Hey, yeah. Acting stupid. What's happening? Bitch, wow.
Great. All right. Well, 3 people were able to get through all of that nonsense and get the right answers. It was Michael in Anaheim. It was Kylie in Los Angeles, and in Echo Park, Kaya. 3 of them, Allie. 1 of them will end with tickets. You have to do this randomly now as you drop your pen. Which name will get the tickets and go to Coachella? Michael, you've done it. Congratulations.
No way!
That is
Come on.
All right. You'll be come on to Coachella. Hold on one second. 2 tickets, 3-day tickets will be yours. Hold on, all right?
Oh my God!
Time stood still.
It's a nice palate cleansing song right there. I think we could all use that. KROQ Klein Alley Show comes to an end for now. Thanks for hanging out. If you want more of those Coachella tickets and would like an easier way to win them, I would imagine Kevin Ryder will have them for you at 5 o'clock this afternoon.
He's going to be doing the exact same bit.
Well, he can have it. He can take all those stupid songs and play them again. Kevin Ryder back on KROQ. I did not misspeak. What I'm saying is true. Perhaps you're listening right now going, wait a minute. You're talking about Kevin from Kevin and Bean? I am. Back on KROQ. Every afternoon starting at 3 o'clock. So enjoy that. Our gift to you, the fine
Wasn't
people.
it like something comforting, like hearing his first show, and it was just like, whoa, that sounds right. It was really weird.
Yeah, there was something, it felt like all was right again in the world somehow.
Yeah, it was weird.
So anyway, welcome back to KROQ, and thank you, Kevin, for hanging out with us yesterday. A lot of footage, video, all that up on our Instagram. If you missed today's show, any of today's show, these takeaways may not make a lot of sense to you, but we'll do them anyway. Had a Hooters Girl on for an AMA with Hooters, broke down some of the Coachella artists you heard a few moments ago, did some butt stuff, and of course, everyone had the opportunity to get some head, courtesy of the Shohei Ohtani bobblehead and the walk-off home run of yesterday. I did promise we'll give away one more bobblehead before we get out of here, so listen for your cue to call at some point between now and 2 minutes from now when we turn things over to Nicole Alvarez. All right, Allie, what do we got in the news?
All right.
Excuse me, what do we got for takeaways?
Takeaway 774. My takeaway is Klein loves Emily Rock.
Big fan of her. Big fan.
562. My takeaway is Allie likes to play head games with 12-year-olds. 626. My takeaway is putting it up the butt is all risk, less reward. 213 and na. 323. My takeaway is Cindy Crawford's got an amazing na according to Val Kilmer.
Yep.
And 503. My takeaway is Klein owes me $100. Hashtag Uncle Joey Gate.
Well, Uncle Joey is it, Uncle, and everyone can accept that. So let's just move on and not waste any more time on it. Jake, you have a takeaway from today's show?
Yeah, glamping means having your own pee bucket.
Allie's very
True.
excited for her
Can't
vacation. Any vacation that involves a pee bucket and a poo can is no vacation for me, but Allie's very excited about this. Anyway, Omar, takeaway?
My takeaway is...
Come on. All right, great. Super. So
that come on, man. It's so great.
Come on.
You're so committed.
God, I can't wait for Coachella.
I feel like
to end.
you've got one finger in front of your face, like, come on.
Allie, takeaway from today's show?
My takeaway is, give me some Norville.
Give me some Norville. That's what it's all about. All right, before we say goodbye.
Oh, Tony!
Let's give you some more bobblehead, shall we?
Come on.
Come on. Come on. That's a nice remix
Oh
right
my God,
there.
I love it.
If you'd like a bobblehead that is not a Shohei Ohtani one, but you can make it one with a Sharpie, you can call right now and we'll give you one from my personal collection. Have a great day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. If you need us in the meantime, go to the Go line, 844-956-GOAT. Slide in the DMs at Klein Alley Show. Check out all the show that you may have missed, visually or otherwise, where the podcast is, or on KROQ's YouTube and bye.
Klein Alley Show. The world famous KROQ.
KROQ.